All right. All right. I can't wait. I can't wait another hour until I go live. I want to go live right now. I can't wait that long. How you doing? Welcome to the show. It's July 14th. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Welcome to Stock Markets with Uncle Bruce here. Nice to have you here from around the world this morning. Hope you're having a good day. I hope to have a very good day today. That would be kind of nice. We need a couple of things to happen to have an interesting day, like the Dow. If the Dow were to keep coming up here in price, it is up 17 in the pre-market. Nothing to get excited about. But if the Dow were to lift a couple hundred points today, we'd have new all-time record highs on the Dow, and that would make news. That would make news on all the stock channels and all the news channels. So we'll keep an eye on that. S&P is up 7 points, NASDAQ up 67. And so it could be a day where, under the right circumstances, we could hit record highs across the board for all of the indexes simultaneously. And then we would have ourselves a trifecta home run here, where every index would be at an all-time high all at the same time. That doesn't happen often. It's not like impossible. But it's kind of nice to see, and it's newsworthy. Whatever, we'll take it. The good news this morning is that the banks in the U.S. are coming out with stellar numbers, and this bodes well for everything else. You have to understand that we are possibly on the precipice here in the next 2 weeks to pop 1,000 Dow points, 1,500 Dow points. We could have a 5% run on the Dow and the S&P and the NASDAQ. We are on the edge of a possible major up move, and that would really be something to witness. The bank numbers are, they're showing stuff like expected, or last year's numbers. They made $1 a share. They're coming in at 170, or they made a profit last year of $3 billion. They made $6 billion. Or $3 billion, $4 billion. Like these aren't like 5% better numbers. These are not like, oh, we're 6% better than last year. That's great, because that's traditionally great. No, what's happening is we're seeing 20 and 30% increases, 40% increases in net earnings. Now, the banking regulators have eased up on the banks to allow them to free up capital to put into their business, rather than hold back capital for loan loss provisions, because they don't see loan losses. There are not a lot of bankruptcies, and there are not a lot of clients who are not able to make their payments. So the regulators like what they see. They like how the business is running, and so they're allowing the banks to be more aggressive and to be able to do more business. This just adds to the profitability. But what I'm excited about in the big picture, and what you have to understand from this plain English speaking guy who tries to follow the markets in plain English, if the banks are racking up 20 and 30 and 40% profit gains this quarter versus last year's quarter, or even the quarters before, that tells me their customers, which is corporate America, the corporate world, are also firing on unbelievable cylinders. They too are making a ton of money. Cash flow is everywhere. Sales are surging. Businesses are really coming on. And so, earnings season, which we're just entering now, because the banks are usually the first to report, get ready, kids. We could have ourselves a plethora of massive earnings calls and earnings announcements, and a bunch of upgrades from analysts all over the place on all kinds of stocks. And that is what you want to be looking for, because if the overall sentiment is that analysts are going to say, oh, I'm raising my target for the S&P 500 index, I'm raising my target for this, at record high numbers that the markets are at, to now be given upgrades again based on solid earnings fundamentals, this is seriously good, seriously very good for a long time yet. Couple of things that I'll mention. I just read a headline that that starting at any moment, like starting this weekend or next weekend. It's like imminently imminent. We're talking about the first checks to come out from the U.S. government to households regarding the child tax credit money. That is a big deal. The child tax credits arrive this week, is the story, and the expectations are uh, massive amounts of capital going straight into the economy. We're talking about the folks that are getting this kind of money will immediately spend it on groceries, on household needs, instantly spent money. This is not banked, and you don't buy a Porsche with this money. This is household money. Just noticing though, the PPI, the price producer price index, is showing 7.3 versus 6.6%. They're talking about the U.S. price index climbs above 1% in June, above forecast. The wonder is, is this an inflation problem? Again, the professionals out there are saying this inflation thing is a one-off. It might be a 3-month thing, only because as the economies are opening up and ramping up, we've got businesses coming out of hibernation here, and we have got one-time increases here, one-time costs there, sort of the startup cost. But once we start up and running, not to worry about it. We will continue forward. Now, other news to tell you about that you should be aware of. The CEO, I think it was the CEO of United Airlines, or was it Delta? Delta. He was on CNBC this morning in Atlanta. They were talking about Delta's numbers, and Delta Airlines is indicating. I believe also American Airlines is indicating now too. Both airlines are indicating they have turned into what's called positive cash flow. In other words, there are enough people now flying every day, every week, every month, and the projections forward with all the reservations they have, they now know they are cash flow positive. They're not draining their bank account to fly. Their money is coming into the bank account over and above the cost to fly and to be around. So all those jet payments, lease payments, those airport fees, salaries, fuel, they are now at or ahead of the break-even line and beginning to add. And so the basic break-even line has been met. Now the net even line, break-even line, is after taxes, depreciation, amortization, and I think even interest expenses. There's on all the debt. There's a number of things that have to still fall into place, but the core of the airline business is no longer shrinking as we are speaking today, as of right now, first time in over a year. So that's good news economically, but it's important to note that on the markets. This, again, is another indication of how this economy is coming out and expanding out. Now, with increased air travel, and it's all on the backs of leisure travelers. It's because of the economy sections are filling up at the back of the plane. The business sections in the front are filling up with people from the back who have a lot of points or who are upgrading. But the front of the airplanes are not yet totally dominated by business travelers. That is the segment still lagging, and that is the money segment. That's where they pay top dollar. But it's coming on. Apparently, back in March of this year, only 20% of business travel was going. Now it seems to be at about 45-50%, and the expectation in the next 2 months is that it'll reach 60-65% of pre-COVID numbers. This is huge. This is a big deal for all airlines because their net profits come from business class. That is where the money is. And on top of that, the other area that airlines really count on for gravy, international travelers, the international market. Now, that is not yet open, and that is not yet scheduled to be open at this second in time. It's coming, but it's still delayed. And the reason it's delayed is simply because of self-inflicted wounds that is happening in certain areas of mainly the USA. Non-vaxxers and the variants. And the problem right now is that 45 US states out of 50 are getting are showing increased numbers of variant of infection counts. The infection counts are rising in 45 of the 50 states, and in particular, where it's the worst right now, the states with the lowest vaccination rates. Go figure. I mean, duh. Science 101. This is holding back international travel from being wide open again. Uh, it's not the only reason. It's a reason. The other reason, one of the other reasons, is that the variant, the virus variants, are a problem in Europe right now. They're a problem in other regions of the world, and health officials are scrambling to get vaccinations done as quick as possible, everywhere possible, to avoid and try to avoid this relaunch of this variant. The other worry is that once the summer is over and we come into fall and the winter, that as people are closer together because of the cold, more people indoors than outdoors, the variant may take hold in certain geographical areas. And this is a major headache for doctors around the world and health providers around the world. And so what will happen to international air travel? Because this is the finicky area. Was right now in Canada, I can't drive across the U.S. border. I've been vaccinated. I know the guards, the border guards, they've been vaccinated. I'm sure they've all been vaccinated. I'm certain that most people I would run into in the U.S. Will be vaccinated, I would think. But you know what? Government of Canada can't guarantee it, and so they won't let Canadians cross by land. And Government of Canada will not allow casual tourists to come in to the country. So Americans can't come into Canada. Canadians can't leave. It's their own country. And so by land, we're locked in. By air, yep, I can fly out to Phoenix. I got to have a test, a negative test. I have to prove that I'm vaccinated, all that stuff, and I can fly. And now I'm on my own down there. And when I come home, I have to succumb to whatever rules Government of Canada comes up with, which drives us nuts. But it is what it is. In Europe, it's just as restrictive. And so Europeans can't come to Canada. Europeans can't come to the United States. I think we're allowed to fly to Europe, but I'm not 100% sure on this. There's just too many restrictions. And so these airlines are in the middle of, they're caught in the middle. They're the innocent victim of the whole thing, going, gosh, we wish we could fly everywhere we like to go. We got these beautiful airplanes that have been sitting around for months. But we can't. So the domestic side is ramping up. And the good news for the domestic carriers, the U.S. majors, is that they have enough traffic now to cover their base costs and at least not bleed their treasury anymore with cash. The other good news for the U.S. economy, because of this airline rush, is hotel rates are rising. Car rental rates are strong and have been for a while. But reservation numbers are up. I think it was Marriott was mentioning 80% plus bookings with 10% higher room rates than 2019. So higher rates per room, higher occupancy numbers, and bookings coming through big time. So the economy is definitely ramping up. This stock market we are in here is going to have a dramatic bump, and it isn't going to be just one sector of the U.S. economy or Canadian economy that's going to do well. It's going to be across the board. Autos will improve their financials as they get their parts. Semiconductors will have tremendous numbers as they produce semiconductor chips and sell them for whatever price they want because there's a shortage. The leisure business, the travel business, there's a lot of pent-up profitability coming up here. It's all going to be reflected in the bottom lines of these stocks, as well as private companies. They're going to have tremendous profits. The good news for workers is for the first time in I don't know how many years, workers are actually going to benefit from companies profiting because they are hiring at a higher cost. Employers are offering perks to get people to come and work. And finally, the U.S. worker is being compensated a lot more fairly than in the past because through the 2000s, the American worker has lost buying power, has lost earnings power because they could only secure cost of living wage increases, if that, to kind of hang on. And Americans with 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, 12 years, 18 years, 25 years of experience were only getting 1% and 2% raises a year. They were not getting merit raises. They were not getting the experience that they've amassed raises. The only way to get a raise in America and Canada, and I'm not going to say the only way, but for a majority of people, the only way to get more money for your services was to quit the firm you were with and join another firm in the same industry, or completely change out into another industry and be paid what you're really worth. Because so many of you out there were noticing that come raise time, bonus time, you would only get 1 or 2%, yet you'd hear through the grapevine that, oh, they just hired a new so-and-so in charge of such and such, and you're going, I can do that job. And that person got hired at $20,000 a year more than you are getting paid, and you've been there for 6 years. You're hearing these kinds of nightmare stories. Now, maybe not so amplified, but I've heard these kinds of nightmare stories even worse than that. And people, the only way to equal it all out was to walk. And I'm not sure about existing employees out there. Those of you who are being called back by your employer, I don't know if they're offering you any kind of additional incentives. You should be negotiating for them, or you should be looking for a better pay packet elsewhere, because everyone is looking. You might as well shop yourself around and just see what you're really worth out there. And again, if you can work from home remotely and not go back into that cubicle that you really want to avoid, more power to you. Keep it going. The Dow now is up 53 points on the pre-market. We have the S&P up 13, NASDAQ up 93. And I thank you all for being with me today. The oil market down 20 cents a barrel to 75.04. That's what we have at the moment. There's a rumor that the Saudis and the UAE are going to end their OPEC standoff. There might be a deal coming. I don't know why it would matter. I don't understand how it matters, because between non-OPEC members, the European group, Canada, the United States, Russia, the amount of oil that can be produced by non-OPEC members can more than make up any kind of cutback that the OPEC members will claim to try to do on production. There is no shortage of cash needed by every oil-producing state in the world right now. Especially, I can speak from experience here in Canada. Here in Canada, the province of Alberta, next door, this province in British Columbia with all the natural gas it has, Saskatchewan, oil and natural gas. I can tell you that these 3 or 4 provinces, these 3 provinces in particular, are in need of cash in a big, big way. And the big one is Alberta, the oil capital of Canada. Calgary is where all the oil companies are headquartered pretty well for Canada. Are they in need of cash flow? Oh, they ever. And at 74, 75 US a barrel, I can tell you that every single oil and gas company in Calgary right now has already probably pre-sold 80% of their production for the rest of this year and now into next year, if at all possible. As every week goes by, they can write futures contracts to deliver oil at these kinds of prices or better. This is about $90 Canadian if you convert the 75 US over. It's not quite $90 Canadian a barrel versus $35 to $50 a barrel in the last 4 or 5 years. This is huge, absolutely huge. Calgary is drowning in personnel that have been laid off everywhere in the oil patch. Edmonton, which is the blue collar town, that's where all the equipment is, where all the muscle is. They too are standing around going, hey, we are ready to produce this stuff if only we can be paid enough to make it. So the longer oil hangs around these prices, the stronger Alberta will get job-wise and provincially cash flow-wise, because that province over there with about 4 million people, they have been running deficits now for a decade, serious provincial deficits. And this kind of pricing and any kind of stability in pricing would mean the world of difference, because the just the income tax collected from working people is a huge part of the province's budget. Just the income tax from working people, that would be one big positive. But of course, the royalties coming in and all the spin-off work to be done, incalculable. It's many billions and billions and billions times over. Um, but I can tell you that the Venezuelans would kill to have 10 more super tankers a week take their oil out of there if only they could fill them. And Mexico can use all the cash it can get, and on it goes. Producers everywhere in the world that are in desperate need of cash flow because the budgets have been blown out the door because of COVID and everything else. So I kind of look at this price of 75 and I ask myself, one, how did it even get here? Two, how does it even stay here? And three, OPEC, Schmopec. These guys can't organize how to tie their shoes, let alone put a deal together. They cut deals. Oh yeah, we'll produce this much, and we'll produce it, and then they break the rules. They cheat, left, right, and center, and have been since the 70s. These guys are not much of an organization. They put up the front that we control the world's oil, but they don't. They're all a basket case themselves. A number of these OPEC members are one step away from the third world of pure poverty, and the corruptness of their governments are just never ending. I mean, it's legendary how corrupt they are. How they try to give off the notion that they're some kind of a real organization. It's laughable. It is laughable. And in the patch here in Calgary, I can tell you, the guys here in Alberta, they look to OPEC and go, yeah, you talk the talk and talk up the price, but we'll sell it. We'll deliver. Because when we say to our shareholders, we think we're going to produce so many barrels a day on average for the next quarter, they deliver so many barrels a day on average. I mean, these private oil and gas companies, these publicly traded oil and gas companies, they are run like a fine-tooth comb, where these entities, these countries are a mishmash of gobbledygook people, absolute jokes, and the corruption and the siphoning off the top and the bribes and the under-the-table payoffs. Yuck. And there's a reason why a lot of Canadian companies don't bother dealing overseas anymore with a lot of these entities, because it's illegal for them to do so under Canadian law. You're not allowed as a Canadian company to pay bribes. And you get convicted in Canadian court if you get caught doing it. And so a lot of the Canadian businesses stay in North America, where business is run, let's say, reasonably cleanly. Anyway, oil is down 25 cents a barrel to $75 a barrel. And I think it's about $25 overpriced. Should be around $50 a barrel, maybe 45. But that's just this old guy. I don't call the market. I don't own the market. I'm just observing it in plain English. We're up 71 in the pre-market for the Dow. We're getting ready in 39 minutes to start trading. Welcome to my channel this morning. It's Stock Markets with Bruce. Your Uncle Bruce here. I'm here to answer any questions if I can for you on what everything means, what's going on. I want to say thanks again to all of you who have become subscribers of this channel, and all of you who are members of this channel. Thank you. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, class lesson number 3 and lesson number 4. I will be conducting 2 more live classes for a select number of live viewers. 12 noon Eastern time, Saturday and Sunday. The classes will run around 2 hours each, ballpark. And you're welcome to, if you would like to attend one of my 2 classes this weekend, you're more than welcome to send me an email and say, hey, Bruce, send me an invitation so I can join in. Lesson number 3 on Saturday. The lesson will be called Using Aggressive Trading Strategies to Profit from Stock Options. If you love to play or would like to learn how to play stock options on stocks, and you're not interested in a very slow motion kind of a way to do it, you're looking for fast money, you're looking for more aggressive strategies than maybe that is usually talked about. This class is for you. You've got $500 burning a hole in your pocket, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. You want to leverage it up and get it running. Join my class on Saturday, where I will talk to you guys about different strategies that you can employ to aggressively invest in options trades. This is not for everybody, but always good to know this kind of stuff. The lesson number 4 on Sunday at noon Eastern time, that class is called Using Aggressive Trading Strategies to Profit from Writing Stock Options. Those of you who own stock in companies I will be talking about aggressive ways for you to be option writers. Rather than do it in a very conservative manner, we're going to talk about the more aggressive manner that some people use to write stock options. And this will be, again, perhaps for a bunch of you, very educational. It might open your eyes to a part of the world of options trading you've never heard of before or you're not familiar with. Again, you're definitely invited. I invite you all, if you'd like to participate. I have a limited number of spots for Saturday's class and Sunday's class. Send me an email at brucefrommert at hotmail.com. The address is down below here in the links. Send me an email saying, Bruce, I'd like to join you for your Saturday class, or I'd like to join you for the Sunday class, or I'd like to join you for both. The cost of the class is $150 US. I will send out an invite. Jen and I will send you an invitation out, inviting you to join the class. We make note of all the invites, and we track everyone who pays for their classes, and that's how we know how many are going to show up. And we'll cut it off once we reach a certain point. We'll cut off the live audience, because I'm not going to entertain 500 of you at a time. It's a select number, and we like to keep it low. Jennifer, my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, will be the moderator for all the comments that come in. You're not going to be on camera. This is not a Zoom thing. You don't have to worry about getting your hair done or like that. You can watch naked if you want. You're not on camera. You're not going to be on a microphone either. You're just going to type in your questions. So you can watch from your bathroom, your bedroom, your deck, your RV, from your car, wherever you happen to be hanging out. If you're watching on your phone and you got the earbuds in, you can do that while you're shopping. Whatever works for you. Those of you who watch the live class, those of you who become students for the live class, you will also receive in a few days a link to the edited version of each class, the one that you've attended. So if you've attended the Saturday class, you will get a link to the Saturday class a couple days later, where you can now watch the rerun of the class that has been edited, which will be uploaded through my website. Those of you who are not watching live, if you missed last weekend's Saturday and Sunday show, or you just can't make it, you'd like to watch the first, second, third, and fourth lessons, you just have to go to our brand new stockmarketswithbruce.ca website. Stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Head over to the website, check it out. You'll find one of the links in the top called Classes. Click on that. It'll show you the classes available right now that you can purchase and watch all you want. Those are $100 each. So it's $150 to join us live, where you get to ask questions and be part of the audience, or it's $100 on the rerun through the website. Those of you who are live, you get both. So for $150, you actually get the class and you get the $100 link later on, and you can watch a second time, a third time, whatever you need. So don't worry about having to take notes and writing it down and forgetting it or forgetting what he said. You get to watch it again and again, and you figure it out. Watch me in front of my whiteboard desperately try to use magic markers to write numbers and words, and the penmanship isn't that good, but the intent is there. All good meaning. I'm doing the best I can. Anyway, there you have it, guys. Thank you for joining me here live. Thank you for joining Jennifer and I on Saturdays and Sundays for the live class. We do enjoy it, and Jennifer is enjoying reading the questions that you ask to me. She'll interrupt me right in the middle of a segment. She'll say, "Oh, wait, I got a couple questions here. That thing you just said 5 minutes ago, people didn't get that. Some people not sure what you said. What did you mean by that?" And then I'll get right into it again, and then we'll move on. And those of you who are relatively new to stock options, this is perfect. This is exactly what you should be watching. If you are kind of not sure about options, you've been thinking about them, you've been hearing about them, you've been wondering about them, you have basic questions about them, there is no question. There's no dumb question. There is no dumb question. Beginners are more than welcome. Intermediate option traders, come on in. If you're a sophisticated high-end option trader, you're probably not going to want to watch these classes because you're probably going to go, "Oh, I know this. But I'll have classes for you down the road. But in the meantime, we're getting things up and running. And again, thank you all of you who are who are here and who watch the classes and enjoy the channel. I appreciate it. All right, welcome one and all. We are now 28 minutes to go, or is it 20? What do we got here? 50? Yeah, about 30 minutes to go. And we're going to run this market up. We're going to start this market off. Hopefully we'll get this market going. It would be nice. We'll keep an eye on that. We're watching GameStop at 179 right now. We've got 23andMe at 10.55, up 23 cents, but not a lot of volume, so I'm not sure how much to believe in that market. SoFi right now, pre-market showing 16.10, up a dime on 236,000. We did touch 16.15 a bit ago. Yesterday's range was 580 to 660. That was the range yesterday. We ended up the day at $16, and we're now at 16.10 on the pre-market. 236,000 traded on SoFi. No news, but that is where we're at. VACQ, Vector Acquisition Corp, showing up a nickel on the open early morning market. ATIP, Physical Therapy Center, nothing to talk about on the pre-market. I'm showing a volume of 500 at the closing price of 880. Got nothing there. Gores Holdings showing 1475 on 100 shares. So there's nothing to quote there. It looks up 13 cents, but there's no volume, so I can't take that quote seriously. IBM is up 22 cents on 5,000 shares. Very quiet pre-market. The shares were showing, really they're not showing anything. I mean, they're just showing a 20-cent gain right now. Nothing to get excited about here, folks. It's very quiet. The Dow up 90. That's improving bit by bit. Every few minutes, it seems to trickle up a little higher. We've got S&P up 16.8. We have NASDAQ up 98 points right now. Headline breaking here. Cathie Wood's ARK, A-R-K, loses its patience with Chinese stocks. This is an article that just got released by Barron's. Just came out a little while ago. It sounds like they've lost their patience with China's regulatory crackdown. She's discussing, Cathie Wood is discussing something called a valuation reset in the Chinese tech sector. From a valuation point of view, these stocks have come down again and again. From a valuation point of view, probably will remain down, she said. Interesting, on Tuesday, ARK Innovation ETF sold $25 million worth of 10-cent stock to take its holding in the Chinese internet company down to 0.1% of the portfolio. China's weighting in that fund is now less than 1% from 8% in February. And the China weighting in the ARK Next Generation Internet ETF is the lowest since 2014, according to the Bloomberg people. So interesting. This is not surprising to me. I have been calling all of you out of China anything. Get the hell out of Dodge. Do not hold a single stock in any Chinese entity whatsoever. I don't care where it's listed. Get out. Run, Forrest, run. You do not want to be involved in any Chinese stocks. Do not be counting on these guys to not change the rules at a moment's notice under the so-called national security crap laws they have. It is pure bullshit. And I'm just not, I'm not a fan. And I warn you, your money is at risk if you are involved in any stocks to do with the Chinese economy. You're absolutely at risk because it is a complete mystery behind the curtain, what's really going on. The books aren't open. The policies aren't open. The management of the companies could at any time be under house arrest. There's no faith. No reason to have any faith whatsoever in the Chinese investments because those guys are absolute crooks, and this old man doesn't trust these guys. I just don't. What can I say, guys? I am surprised in a way. I have, and I was not, at how quickly the Chinese authorities shut down crypto trading in their territory. In a way, I was surprised because it was so lucrative. At least it seemed to be so lucrative. But I guess what ultimately did them in was the government wasn't profiting enough from it. Maybe the bribes weren't being paid on time. Maybe the extortion fees, the licensing fees, whatever you want to call them, weren't being paid or weren't as good as one thought. And or Chinese nationals were able to hide money outside of China from their own government through the crypto network, and the Chinese government put an end to that right now because they're trying to defend their yuan currency, their home currency. They're trying to convince the Chinese that the greatest currency in the world is the China currency, where on the outside we're looking and going, yeah, right, we're going to have faith in a currency that depends on slave labor and extermination camps in certain sectors of China to bolster its economy. I don't think so. I don't think I'm interested in supporting that kind of thing. In any event, again, I can tell I'm not a fan. Okay, I'm not a fan. Good riddance to these guys and these stocks. I don't understand how these stocks are even qualified to list on the New York, NASDAQ, or any exchange in North America or outside of China. I do not understand how regulators around the world allow Chinese entities to list their securities because there is no open book, there's no investigation power. And what power does the SEC have over Chinese management of a company? Zero, absolutely nothing. They can do whatever the hell they want. And I'm just not a fan. As you can, hope you're getting that drift. What can I tell you? Thank you, everybody. It's crazy. It's insanity. It's wild. It's wacky. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging around with this old man. Yep, the Chinese government could seize the funds at any time for the state. Yep, DD is for dodos. There you go. I agree. Just absolutely don't be jumping on these guys. Avoid like the plague and stay the hell away. Yeah. Anyway, there it is. That's the deal. Doing what I can. Some folks have been sending me emails and saying I haven't been getting back to them. And I want to address this quickly. Those of you out there who are trying to reach me, please do so through Google, hotmail.com, brucefrommert@hotmail.com. Be patient. We do respond, but we have been getting, in some cases, error messages for some of you who have been trying to reach. And I don't know why this is. I can't see anything wrong with email, with my Hotmail account. I get emails from all over the world. But we've been having issues. We try from time to time. We try again. I know Jennifer's been attempting to reach some of you and try to hang out, help you out with what's going on. So bear with us. We're on it. But keep in mind, I do receive about 200 emails a day at this point in time. That's how many I get every day. And so we're going through them, getting to them, and setting up classes and websites and live shows and power outages. We're having fun every day. Power outage, just so you know, we were out yesterday. We had a power outage yesterday, and unfortunately I couldn't do this show. It only lasted 15 minutes, and I had to go live on my phone. But I mentioned yesterday when I was on my phone that I had plugged my phone into my computer for a charge, and someone said to me, that doesn't work. Actually, it does. When I went on, I had 30% power on my phone. I thought I might only have 20 minutes of power here before I get dropped. I plugged into this thing, and I got off the air 1 hour and 15 minutes later. I had 85% power. And so my phone actually was powering up while I was talking to you off the battery off of my computer, which has this MacBook Pro has a real powerful battery in here. So that was kind of cool. But what I don't have, and what a lot of you suggested I get, is an emergency battery backup battery thing. And it is so rare that we have an outage here. I mean, it is like once a year, maybe once every 9 months. And it's like 10 minutes, an hour. When I came back an hour later, when we shut down and we left for coffee, we came back, everything was back up and running again. So we were only down for about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour, 2 hours maybe at the max. This is an unexpected failure. A couple blocks from here, some transformer blew. They had it back up and running within 2 hours. It was pretty good. And in any event, yesterday, that's what happened. We were shut down. So I went on my phone, and a lot of you responded. And on the phone yesterday, the comments were wide open to all of you out there to say hi to me and drop me a line. And a lot of you were saying hello, saying, hey, I'm not a member of your channel. I don't get to comment very often. I never get to comment on your lives. How you doing? Love your channel. Keep up the great work. We love you, and I do appreciate it. This morning, for the first hour, I've opened up the channel here to allow anyone to make comments, and I'm happy to report it doesn't seem that we've got any trolls at this point, although that may not last. But I want to just say again, all of you out there who are here, member or not, you're so appreciated by Jennifer and I. We're great that you're here, and nice to have you popping in. And thank you for like right here, Israel. Thank you, buddy, allowing me to comment. Thank you for popping in and saying hi to us. I know that so many of you are who watch me aren't actually members of this channel, and you do watch every day or from time to time, and I appreciate it. And like I say, we're working away here on this channel. We're building it out, and we're becoming more known. But there are good weeks and bad weeks in markets, and we're just plugging away here on our deals, the stocks that we like the most. We're watching, and we'll just keep on going forward. And there you have it. So again, thank you everybody for popping by and seeing us. Those of you who are not members of this channel, please consider becoming a member of this channel. There are a couple of benefits that you can get that you don't get when you're not a member. One of which, of course, is you get alerts from yours truly, either in the middle of the night, pre-market, after-market, on any events that you need to really know about. And sometimes I'll come up with a new stock that I like. I'll announce a new stock, especially these SPACs. I'll find a new SPAC that I like, and I'll announce it on this to my members first as an exclusive for a day or two, and then open it up to the rest of the world. So again, consider that. That would be great. Thank you. And again, you're more than welcome to be part of this family. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're seeing us. Thank you, MG. Thanks, MG Toe. I love you, buddy. If it wasn't for him, I'd be nothing. Thanks, pal. And fantastic. The Observer, longtime viewer here, invested in ME. My son is a member. Good morning to everybody. Thank you guys again for all of you for being around today. Amicus, good morning. Creston, British Columbia. Woohoo! Happy Hump Day in the U.S. Thank you guys. Appreciate that you're here. Fantastic. Huntsville, Alabama is in the house. You gotta love that. Yeah, here we go. Digital Man, Uncle Bruce, I've enjoyed the channel since January. It amazes me how people lose their minds when you don't agree with them on a particular stock. Insert AMC here. We coming up now. Good morning, Bruce. And of course, all of my regulars, you're all here. I love you guys. Thank you for being here today. And it's nice to have you on. What the Florida? Why the face? Yeah, Jeff Shields, you rock, man. I've been listening since January. You rock, man. Longtime lurker. Thank you, everybody. Greetings from Frankfurt, Bruce. Thank you, big bad Benz. Nice to have you here. Love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, guys. And I listen to you on the way to work every morning from my iPhone. Nanette says, "I'm glad that you're here, all of you." Fantastic. We are 29 minutes away from opening it up, and we're getting ready to go. I'm going to say goodbye to my non-members now. We're going to shift over to members only. Thank you, non-members. Love you guys. Keep the faith, and thank you for joining us and always being here. I love that you're following us, and we'll keep her going. We will not stop. Thank you, one and all, for your support of this channel. Please consider subscribing, and please consider becoming a member. Thank you, everybody. Alrighty, let's kick that over there. And hello, everybody here. Thank you. Thank you for the 259 thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate that already. Nice to have you here. Again, thanks, guys, so much. And have a great one. Have a great day. Let's make a bunch of money, please. Let's get going. Let's see what's going on here. Beautiful. Tony, I'm first. I'm the first member to say hi again. Welcome all. IBM 140.75 up 47 cents right now in the pre-market. We got 18 minutes to go. I don't know whether I should read a lot into that because the volume isn't that heavy on the deal. Anyway, Erico, it's good to see a bunch of cool supporters who aren't subscribed. Don't bash you for no reason. It's nice. There's a bunch of great people out there. 99% of the folks who watch us, are really great. I'm always honored to be a creator of this channel and be on this platform. I know that I talk to thousands and thousands of people every day, and then there are those thousands more who watch me on reruns and kind of catch a clip of me here and there. It really is humbling. What can I say? It's pretty cool. Listening to you while I'm painting my masterpieces, investing in stocks. IBM earnings on the 19th, question mark, maybe in 5 days. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what's going on. Excuse me. AB is saying game coin info dropped. One game coin equals $1 US. You get game coins from being a GameStop Power Up member and making certain game item purchases. You get game coins. Kind of a little rebate program. Very good. Thank you. Come on, give Bruce a thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. This is interesting. Here we go. Hey, Bruce, there's a lot of talk about market crashing more than usual. I can't write options, but if the market starts crashing properly, do you still think hold and write it out? Well, if you're worried about the market going down terribly, what you do is you buy put contracts against the market, and you buy the triple Qs, which is the NASDAQ 100. You buy triple Q puts, or you buy SPX put contracts, which bets against the S&P 500. But what kind of a crash do you think is coming? You think it's going to be a 5% correction, 10% correction? Or are you thinking a 30, 40% absolute drop-off? Are you thinking half? Like, what are you thinking? Are you thinking the market's going to go to zero or something? There's only so much downside that stocks are going to have, and stocks trade on a reasonable assumption of earnings, future earnings. The PE multiple, price earnings multiple, is a good example. Apple, as of this moment, is trading at 30-something PE, but the next earnings report that'll come out will probably show it in the high 20s, because the amount of money Apple is piling up right now is unbelievable. IBM is making money. Microsoft, Google, Amazon. They're all pouring it on. They're going to have unbelievable earnings per share reports coming up shortly. Goldman Sachs is trading at 9.4 times earnings. 9.4 times earnings. That's supposed to crash? Why? It's trading at 9 times earnings. Are you kidding me? My guess, it's future earnings for next year. It's trading at 7 times PE right now, maybe even under 7. There's no crash coming there. The stock's already at crash prices. So I don't see the market at 50 times earnings going to 30 times earnings, because we're not at 50 times earnings. I see the market right now in the 20s to 30s times earnings, which is about to drop 20, 25% because of these posted numbers that are coming out right now in the second quarter. I see the third quarter being phenomenal. I see the fourth quarter being incredibly good. So I see the PE multiples staying lower into the 20s, lower 20s than the 30s going forward. That means this market is technically able to go higher. Remember, companies are buying back their stock. Don't forget that. Apple is buying $90 billion of its stock back every year. That's $7.5 billion a month that Apple is using from its profits to buy its own stock back. Apple is competing against you for its own stock. You multiply out or divide out 20 trading days in a typical month, ballpark, 20 odd days, $7.5 billion a month divided by 20. That's $375 million a day of Apple stock being repurchased. That is $65 million an hour of Apple stock being repurchased. That is $1 million a minute during trading hours. $1 million a minute is what Apple is spending to buy its own stock back. It's trading at $140 a share. $1 million a minute. Crash? Really? I don't think so. I think Apple will buy whatever you don't want. That you want out. I think Apple will be happy to take your paper from you, cancel the certificate, and move on. And this bottom line means, in a bottom line way, that the Apple PE multiple will continue to stay down, will keep coming down. The number of shares outstanding will keep dropping, and there will not be enough paper to go around at levels under 200 a share. It's 145 as of last night. The call by analysts is strong buy. There is no crash coming. If there's a crash coming, you would also think, well, if the market is going to give up trillions of dollars of value, where's that coming from? It has to come from the top 25 stocks of the world. If you add up the value of Apple and Microsoft and Alphabet, which is Google, and Amazon, and all the trillion-dollar companies, now Facebook is one of them, and then all the $500 billion to $1 trillion companies, you take those, and then the $300 billion to $500 billion companies, you go, here's your top 50. Those stocks would have to give up half their value across the board for there to be a crash. They have to, because you can't have the bottom 5,000 stocks lose half their value. It won't mean anything to the markets. It won't have an impact on the big indexes, because these indices for the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ are dominated by the largest cap companies in the world. And these guys are buying back their own paper at unbelievable record rates. I keep talking about 1987 when I was a stockbroker back then, and we had the one worst day in the history of the stock market. Worse than 1929, worse than 9/11, worse than the COVID thing. One day, we dropped 22% for the Dow. One day. That's like losing right now on the Dow. Right now, 7,000 points today. That's what that was like. But at that time, in 1987, there wasn't a major common thing known as stock buybacks. It was an occasional, once in a blue moon announcement that would be made. Stock buybacks now are a part of corporate life. Almost every public company has a stock buyback program, because all corporations know if you're publicly traded, you have got to deliver every quarter, every 13 weeks. You have to show your results to your shareholders. You have to go up to the market with your results, your financials. That's like showing a report card every 13 weeks. And investors are a finicky bunch. They are really finicky. And so what corporations do to ensure that they don't have gyrations in their earnings, at least they try to temper it out with like a shock absorber, they do stock buybacks. They buy back stock of their own company so that there are fewer shares to divide the earnings into. So if you've had a 5% growth in net revenue, but with the buyback factored in at 6 or 7%, you're showing even better results. You're showing your investors that you as a company believe your stock is undervalued by buying it back. And the investors love it. There are politicians that are using this as a boogeyman's thing to keep money from people and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, these public entities are buying up their own stock to reduce share counts, which negates and minimizes the likelihood of any kind of a market crash, because there just isn't too much paper lying around. There isn't a problem with Apple stock. There isn't like a billion shares of Apple out there that shouldn't be there. No. There is no shortage of Apple. There's no oversupply of Apple stock. There's actually a shortage. And this is what is going to continue with Alphabet, Microsoft, all the FANG companies, you name it, and all the secondary guys behind it. They're all buying up their stock. As soon as they make money, they start to buy up their paper to tighten it up. And that's taking away the likelihood of any kind of a major ugly crash. This is why last March, when we had the COVID dump off, the worldwide pandemic global shutdown, it only lasted like 2 months. Within 2 months, the markets had practically recovered all of it and then went higher, because the corporations stood in there at those low prices and really bought up their stock. You want to know how much Apple bought back at 30% lower when the Dow was down that much? Apple bought a ton of their stock back in gobs of it, because their stock had gone from something like $80 pre-split to what would it be, 60. So Apple lost 25% of its value in like 3 weeks. And then about 3 months later, it was right back to where it was before. And Apple bought back a ton of their paper down there, a ton of it. Smart move on Apple's part because the stock's now 145. They bought it back at 60, 65 a share. Yeah, smart move, making the shareholders even richer, which is what's going on. So no, there's talk of a crash, but there isn't going to be one. How's that? And with the amount of capital coming into the market, into the banking system, there will be no crash. There's lots of cash going around. There's no cash shortage. Anyway, Google, GameStop, Gamecoin, first link, right on. Go, GameStop, go. I would love to see GameStop take a pop. It's sitting at 180.50. It's up 44 cents on the pre-market. We have 7 minutes to go before we start. GameStop's going to crash everything. There you go. Collect those tendies. Let's see. What else is going on? Let's see what is going on here. Thank you, everybody, for hanging around. GameStop's gone green. People are noticing. SoFi is green, apparently. Fantastic. And let's see what happens. Kids, I think you're going to make money whether you like it or not. I'm just sorry to tell you this. A number of you who are here, who are following my recommendations and my likes, the stocks that I like the most, you're long the stock, you've got some options, and you're just going to make money. And some of you are going to start complaining to me as the year goes on and time goes by. You're going to start to complain to me about how much money you're making because you're going to run into tax problems. And you're going to then start complaining to me about your tax advisor, is just not going fast enough or can't find enough deductions for you. These are problems you're going to run into. And I'm sorry. I'm apologizing in advance to the fact that a lot of you are going to have tax issues that you've never had before and you've never had to deal with before because you're making too much money. And I feel for you, but I'm not sorry for you. I'm just kind of looking forward to this kind of conversation. This is going to be fun. Coin market cap shows GameStop is a tokenized stock. What does this mean? I have no idea what this means at all, Wally. I don't know if it means anything, but let's just let GameStop go to the moon. How about that? Let's just go to the moon. Let's not get in the way of GameStop. If it wants to go to the moon, let it go to the moon. Who are we to get in the way of a good thing? We got SoFi now at 16.09, up 9 cents right now. We might as well let GameStop just go to the moon and make you filthy rich, and you guys can start copying an attitude. That I'm a rich guy attitude. You can play that game. I'm rich. Treat me differently. Some of you folks, I know what's going to happen. Some of you folks are going to start dressing up like pimps. You're going to put on those velvet, wide brim hats with a big feather, and you're going to wear those velvet capes. Oh yeah, you say you're not going to change. You're going to be the same person when you're really, really rich. But I know you people. Some of you folks are just going to put on that pimp outfit and get that Cadillac you've always wanted, the big Eldorado from 1976, and you're going to put those big bull horns on the front. Oh, I know. And you're going to have those horns, those double-barreled horns off to the side. And you're going to hit the thing. It's going to I know. And the red plush velour interior. Yeah, I know what's coming. You say that you're not changing, but I know you're going to change. It's going to take over. The amount of money you're going to make is going to change you. I just feel it. Good morning, gang from IAD. Mike, how dare you make us so much money and leave us to deal with the tax man? I'm laughing, baby. I'm laughing. I'm already living in Technicolor, baby. Woohoo! Uncle Bruce, what if you're poor? What if you're poor and all you wear is thrifted 70s pimp already? Now what? Well, you're going to get new 70s pimp. You're going to get it custom made, baby. Custom fit. That's what it is. Yeah. GameStop to the moon, please. Pimping with Uncle B. Any news on SoFi? Nope. Quit telling me about my big pimping plans. Laughing all. Don't break the news. I got to admit, I'm eccentric. Yep. Hi there, Goody. Can you sell a stock markets with Uncle Bruce pimp hat on Redbubble, please? Oh, please, I want to be rich. Bruce, I found a house that I love. It's $3 million. I do not like to disclose my position, but I will say I have between 1 and 100,000 shares of GameStop. What day can I pay cash for that house? New 70s pimp velvet. Woohoo! Pimping in plain English. I'm going to need a nice feather in my hat there, my pimp suit. I'm going to need a nice feather for that. That's right, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Hey, Uncle Bruce, regarding PE ratio, what's considered a good range? I know it depends on the stock. So how about the stocks that we like? What would be a good, what would be healthy ratio for SoFi? I don't know. SoFi is so new, so early, so beginning. It's going to have high PEs at the beginning because SoFi has got a huge, a massively quick, aggressive growth rate going right now. And so analysts aren't going to worry about the bottom line of SoFi. They're going to worry about the top line. They're going to know how many customers do they have? How many new accounts are they opening up? How many billions are they administering right now? How much business are they writing? How much are they generating? The net profit will come behind it, but it's the top line. And that's what's going to be dominating SoFi for the first 2 or 3 years. Julie B. Oh, the fly just now. Latest data shows the large rate increase among liquid options, including ME. What does this mean? Largest indicative borrow rate increases. Well, the higher the borrow rate, the more expensive it is to short stock. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. A poor man's car is a 20-year-old Lincoln Town car. A rich man's car is a new Lincoln Town car. Can we make a new rap video to the song Pimpin' with Uncle Bruce? Here we go. Pimpin' off the grid. Thanks for giving me your hope with your market analysis. I'm down about 1,700 overall, but I'm going to hold and see if it comes back up soon so I can sell me some. Someone bring me my kangaroo. PE is basically how much you spend to get $1. Is that right? No. Price earnings multiple is simply if you earn $1 million a year and you have 1 million shares outstanding, you are trading at a one for one PE multiple. If you have $1 million earned and there's 1 million outstanding, let me say this again. You make $1 million and you have 1 million shares out and you're trading at $10 a share, you're trading at 10 times earnings. Because the stock's at $10, it earns $1 a share. It's a 10-time PE multiple. If you have 2 million in earnings, 1 million shares outstanding, you're making $2 a share. And if you're trading at $10 a share and you earn 2, you're at a 5 times earnings. But if you go to $20 a share with a $2 earning, you're at 10 times earnings. So if you're going to stay at 10 times earnings and you double your earnings, your stock will double in price. If you're going to start trading at 20 times earnings because the thinking is that next year you could be tripling your earnings, you'll trade at a higher multiple now in anticipation of higher earnings later. You double your earnings and maintain your 20-time multiple, your stock is really going to go. And so that's in a very short thing. A class is due, I think, for this. We'll be doing that later on. Anyway, we're opening up now. We're opening up. So let's get on with it. The bells are going. Let's see what we're all about here. Pimping or no pimping, what's happening with our money? I see SoFi. I think it's up 8 cents on the opening at 16.08. I think I've got GameStop at the moment showing a dip of 15 cents. I don't know if I have to believe that. I believe in what you're telling me, but I don't trust you. Okay, or I trust you, but I don't believe you. But anyway, 180 now on GameStop, down 6 cents. ATIP at 880, down 2 cents. AMC down 58 cents to 38.77. Gores is up 23 cents to 14.85. ME up a dime to 10.42. 16.12 on SoFi now. Here come the first trades. GameStop now 180.67, so it's popping up. GameStop is definitely popping up a little bit now, but we'll watch for this. Just bear with me, folks, as all these quotes get regurgitated, and we'll see what's going on. The Dow is up a healthy 164 points. We are now within 30 points of an all-time high for the Dow. We're at 174-point gain, 35.63. The Dow is about to hit an all-time record high. S&P up 22, NASDAQ up 102. We're watching these banks' earnings are fantastic. They are going to reflect into the rest of the market. Incredibly, banks do not make record profits unless their customers are making a lot of money. Who are the customers of the major investment banks of New York? The big listed companies of New York and NASDAQ and S&P. Yeah, so get ready for some serious earnings reports that are going to blow your socks off and could move this market up 1,000 points or more easily on the Dow. Easily. I'm not talking about maybe it'll go up 1,000. It might go up 2,000 in the next month. Just stand by. 35,040 is the Dow Jones Industrial. Index right now, 35,040. That is 50 away from an all-time record high. SoFi up 19 cents to 16.19. GameStop at this moment in time, 179.61 down 45 cents. ATIP down 9 cents to 8.71. AMC down $1.47 to 37.88. Gores up 18 to 14.80. 23andMe is up 7 to 10.39. Fifth Wall down 3 cents, 11.88. Vector up 6 cents to 11.03. NavSite unchanged at 9.97. Starboard unchanged, 10.01. Vanik up 3.33 to 2.63. Home Depot up $1.35. IBM down 97 cents to 139.31. Dow up 144, now up 121, jumping around. Microsoft up $1.15. Apple up 326 to 148.90. That's new all-time high for Apple, and it's going to go higher. I predict by the end of the year, 200 a share on Apple. Tesla up 6.25. Bed Bath & Beyond down a penny at 29.34. BlackBerry down 12 cents to 11.20. Cruise stocks, Carnival down up 30 cents. Norwegian up 26. Royal Caribbean up 79. The hope is that travel is coming back in a big way. The bad news for the cruise lines, it won't matter. They are into their credits so badly, they will not bring in enough cash to stem losses. They will still have losses because of all the cruise credits they have to pay off with free cruises. Amazon up 21 bucks. Facebook up $1. Google up $25. JP Morgan up 52 cents. Costco up $1.30. Cisco up 24. Nvidia up 3.75. Goldman up 2.86. Walt Disney up $2. We've got gains across the boards here for the most part. American Airlines up $1.23. Coinbase up $1.56 to 2.44. Intel up 49 cents to 57.36. Micron up $1.88. That's some of the stocks we follow the most. Right now, 16.09 on SoFi up 9. GameStop now turning positive again. 181.17, 181.86. That is the high range. I think the moment 181.84 right now. GameStop is approaching its high of the day. Let's see if it breaks up a little bit, takes a bit of a shot. ATIP, unfortunately, down 17 cents on 863. AMC down $1.27. Growers up 19. 23andMe up 12. So we have a couple of gains and little here and there. 123 is the gain on New York. I'm just kind of waiting for a rush. Stocks open higher as Powell, which is the head of the Fed, is signaling the Fed is not in a rush to tighten up the economy by rising rates. They're not looking to tighten the economy. They're looking to keep it loose. In other words, keeping the money supply loose means a lot of capital to build up business and get it going. America is not going to get flat-footed, and America is not going to cut off the spigot too soon to hurt itself. It is going to stay wide open and allow the entire business infrastructure of America to just ramp up. And this is good for stocks, you guys. It's good for you guys. 182 plus on GameStop. Looks like we're up 222 now on GameStop, getting a little better as the morning is coming through. Volume on GameStop so far, 188,000. SoFi at 1610. Volume now of 758,000 to start the morning here in the first 6 minutes. ATIP still down 23 cents. AMC down $1.14. Gores is up 13 cents on 21,000 shares. Absolutely dead quiet. 23andMe up 8 cents to 1040 on 38,000 shares at the moment. All right. IBM now 139.37, down 87 cents, and that is about 17 cents ahead of the low of the day. Not a great start to IBM. Why? I don't know. Justified? I don't think so, but it is what it is. 139.41. The yield now 4.68% on your money if you buy IBM stock off the yield. Earnings could be out in the next 5 days for the second quarter, and I'm expecting IBM to post huge numbers again. I think they are firing on all cylinders, and so this could be a temporary lull with a run up coming into the earnings, or maybe an earnings report and then a run. I don't know. Will they bump up the dividend? I don't know. Will they explain the split? I hope so, because boy, do we need to know that. There's where we're at. 129, 130-point gain on the Dow, 21 on S&P, 80 on NASDAQ, all higher. S&P, NASDAQ right at the highs. Dow within 60, 70 points of an all-time high number for the Dow Jones Industrials. You can count on it as soon as it breaks it. As soon as the Dow breaks 3290, the media will jump all over the story. It'll be, oh, the Dow hits a record high. Dow hits a record high. Just watch. You'll see it. They've already prepared the headlines, ready to go. All righty, come on, Grandma needs a new monster truck. There we go. John, okay, it's Wednesday, and my 716 IBM 141 calls are down. I hate options, not good at them. That's the thing about options. When they expire, you're not in control. You are susceptible to the markets. IBM down 63 cents. It's a little better. It's 40 cents off the low, 139.74. It's actually 54 cents better than the low a few months ago. You need all the help you can get, though. I'll tell you that right now. You need a run on this, and you could get it. You could get a run on IBM today, but I'm not saying you're gonna. But you could. There you go. Rita, if I have a call and it does not reach the strike price, should I sell to close, or will it just disappear because it's worthless? Well, Rita, if you have a contract that dies this Friday and you're not at the money, it will die worthless. If you're able to sell it for a dime or 15 cents, you do. But between now and Friday, you can either hang on and hope for a turnaround, or you hope for a good day today and tomorrow. The odds are looking worse and worse and worse. This is why I keep talking about buying calls that are really long in the tooth. You want calls that go out a long, long way. GameStop right now, 180.10 up 4, 179.61. We're seeing 169 to 180.10. We're just hanging the flat line on GameStop at the moment. 1601 on SoFi. We're back to even. ATIP looks a little better now at 857, or is that better? Nope, that's the low of the day. It's down 23 cents on very light volume. AMC down 166. Gore's up 13, 23andMe up a dime. The Dow up 131. All right. Let's see if we got what's going on here. What is the ticker symbol for the Dow? Is it a good time to buy calls? I'm not sure about buying index calls for sure. I kind of lean more towards buying stock calls on stock, especially stocks that are performing way above and beyond that will outperform the index. That's really where I kind of spend my time on this. 179.98 on GameStop. There you go. All right. What is happening? Do we slip into Mickey? What do we do here? Apple, go, baby. My IBM dies on Friday. It is what it is, guys. We are watching a market that is in a mixed bag right now. We've got the Dow up 150 points. It is now at 35,040, 50 points away from an all-time high on the Dow. Now at 3546, taking a run. It's taking a shot at a new all-time high. S&P up 22, NASDAQ up 72. They are at all-time highs. No, SoFi now $16 even. GameStop was 179 down a buck. We're up 162 on the Dow, 3551, 35,051, 40 away from a new all-time high on the Dow Jones Industrials. IBM is down 49 cents now at 139.79. We're looking for 35,091 is what we're looking for. 35,091 for the Dow. The high has been 35,069. It's at 35,047 at this moment. 35,058. We're jumping around here. 35,060. We're 31 away from the new all-time high. That is within spitting distance of a new high for the Dow of 35,091. Watching and watching and watching. It is about to happen. I think it's just seconds away. It's going to happen. It's too close not to happen. That's just my hunch. Okay, I have 4 ME calls expiring October. I paid 105. What should I hold or sell? You just hang on, Julie, and don't do anything. I have 20 shares of GameStop. Should I buy more, or is it too high now? I'd get GameStop. I'd be buying. When SoFi falls back to 10, I'm buying more. Buy more. Oh, morning, Alberta. Cisco is a stock we follow. Can you look at the option chain to see what you think about covered calls? If I get a chance, watching a few other things at the moment. 35,050 on the Dow right now. Okay, that's what we have. IBM now down 53, 139.75. was as low as 139.20. So we have a 50-cent recovery so far-ish on IBM. It's jumping around a bit. Back and forth we go. Cisco today, what do we got Cisco at here? Up 28 cents to 53.60. The 52-week high is 55.35, yielding 278 on its dividend. That is what Cisco is doing. They're trading at 22 times earnings, which is low. And that makes it a cheap, high-tech stock. That's where we're at. Okay. Is it time for a share split on GameStop? Only the president and CEO and the chairman of the board will know if that's right or not. Let's see. I also have that ME October 15 for $12.50. Will it make me money? I think you will make money, but you've got to stick around until then. AMC getting hit, they say. Hey, friends. Olivia, how you doing? Welcome. Buy Apple, 150 calls for January 22 for 1070. Is that a good price? That's an expensive price to pay for a contract. If you're going to pay $10 for a contract, you may want to buy in the money or at the money. I think that's too much to be able to pay there. When you hear something like Apple at the 200 by the end of the year, and you had 25,000, would getting 10 $125 calls on Apple for December be a good bet? 150-ish break even considering Christmas holiday sales. Yeah, that's something to consider. If you can get them in that a decent level in the money apples, I like the idea there. The 125s would be 15 in the money. You have until December. Yeah, that's another earnings report between now and then as well coming up. So, like the idea of that. Not afraid of that kind of a wager. Morning, Olivia. Wheat Wild. Uncle Bruce, 10 times Apple Jan 22s at 195s, $1.29 a good buy. 10 times Apple, 995s. No, I would not be doing that. No. Let's see. One call. NSH expire November 750 strike. Paid 255. That's a good price. You hang in there. Just sit tight and hang in there. Good deal. Let this thing come together. 1601 on SoFi, 178 on GameStop, 853 on ATIP, down 286 on AMC to 36.49. Gore's up 15, 23andMe up 18. And those are the big movers right now. IBM down only 29 cents now. IBM coming on 139.98, strongly coming on nicely. So hang in there, IBM option holders. Hang in there. 140.06. It just broke through 140 like a hot knife through butter. That 140 barrier is gone. And up goes IBM. The Dow now is up 137 to 35,025. And with IBM coming on, that helps the Dow Industrial Average as well. So the IBM only down 15 cents to 140.13. You're about to go positive on the IBM the way this thing is coming on. And that's a good sign. Maybe we can see 141, 142 here very quickly. Wouldn't that be lovely? 140.16 on IBM, down 12 cents. The Dow, 35,017, watching for that 35,091 range. That was easy, says Brent.
That was easy.
He said it right there. That was easy.
That was easy.
There you go. One call, Nash. Expiring November 7:15. Yeah, hang in there. Don't do anything. That was easy. GameStop's a buy. Yay. Hey, Uncle Bruce. Richard the Dirt. How you doing, guys? AMC's a buy now. Uncle Bruce has turned into the options wizard, like a fortune teller in the options world. 10:02, up a penny on SVAC. IBM at 140.11, down 17 cents. The Dow at 35,003. We're very close to taking a run at the all-time high. Do not be surprised if we hit it. And when we do hit it, we'll bust right through it. We're not going to just get to a new all-time high. IBM, the Dow will just break it and we'll just go. Waiting for IBM to kind of lead the way here. Let's see what it wants to do. Would be kind of nice. Good morning, Bruce from Camp Holiday. Welcome, Adventures of Duncan, buddy. How you doing? Mercer, how do you make sure you don't sell? How do you make sure? Bruce, how do you make sure you don't sell? Just don't sell it. I mean, I don't know. Is this a trick question? Is there something that's I don't get because I can't obviously read it. I don't know. SoFi up 4 cents to 16.04, 178.39 now on GameStop down $1.67. We'll see what's going on here. Let's just, come on, guys, give us something. I don't know. The Dow is on ATH, and my portfolio's red. At the high. Oh, there we go. The Dow's at the high. Well, just about. Yeah. S&P, NASDAQ, they're at the high. Anyway, is that a trick question? Laughing out loud. Oscar, all in it will be a green week. All in it will be a green week. There you go. Okay. Well, let's hope so. You certainly deserve higher days. No question about that. Mercer, I need to know. How do I know that make sure you don't sell? Bruce says, I need to know if this is a trick question. It's so confusing. Life is so confusing. Cheers to all of you for a very confused Bruce here. What can I say? Nice to have you here today. Anyway, 2 ways to hold through the dips. Listen to Bruce and Peter Lynch. Just hang out with these guys and you won't ever sell in the dips. The dips are a buy opportunity. This is buy time. This ain't sell time. Damn it, Jim. Seems that when the Dow goes up, my stocks go down. Uncle Bruce, is Gores quiet until later in July? Gores might be quiet for 6 more days. July 20th is the day. 6 days. Next week, Tuesday, is the day that the vote is held for Matterport to take over. So you're so close to the Matterport name now being utilized. Say goodbye to the Gores name and hi to Matterport in 6 days. Oh, we're so close. Oh, come on, man. What can I say? What can I say? Julie says The Fly just now. NSH Spire awarded contract for Earth observation data, new task order delivery of computer space data, and opens available to all U.S. government-funded researchers and federal agencies. Sounds interesting. Aaron, Dow Jones 30 all-time high, SP all-time high, NASDAQ all-time high, BRCE 10 all-time lows. Buy him up. Pick up Uncle Bruce's recommendation. Uncle Bruce, did I hear you right on the classes? Don't write a call on the SPACs until they hit 30. My indication has been that I would prefer we don't start writing call options against our SPAC stocks until they reach that 25-30 range or better. That is my preference. I want you guys to write call options on your SPACs when your SPACs reach these 25-30 ranges, so that when you're offering options, you're saying like writing a 34, writing a 33. If the stock's at 25, you're writing 29s, maybe for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, maybe up to 8 weeks, but you'll write an 8-week contract and buy it back with 1 or 2 weeks left to go. You'll be doing all kinds of this kind of stuff. If you heard it right, you heard it right. Watch the class and dig it up, and let's go, baby. We're going to make money. NSH 1250 for August 9. Will I lose money? I don't know. I don't know if you'll lose money. I don't know if you'll make money. NSH is 997 right now. If you buy 750s or 10s, you will get instant movement. But 1250s aren't that bad, but it's August the 9th. And I have told all of you, do not buy short-term options. Do not do that. So why are you sitting on August 9th contracts? Is anyone going to talk to Bruce about his dance moves, or are we going to just let this one go? When do I watch 2001 A Space Odyssey? When do I do that? I've never seen it. Man, oh man. You got to watch that one. That's a classic. That's a classic movie. Yeah. Considering it was made in 1969, that is an incredible movie. Just the logistics of making that movie were really something. Anyway, yeah, okay. Let's see. I keep doing all this buying over the past month. I've swung my portfolio by over $4,000 up and down. Just keep holding. Is this how investing is supposed to work? Put it away and forget about it. That's right. You buy it and then you hold your breath and just take it. You take it. Take the pressure. You get more put of higher prices. I don't know what that means either. A GameStop is green again. It's green again. 180.30. Bruce, do you know who I isn't? Oh no. What calls are good to buy for IBM expiry date? September's, October's later, but right at the money, like right around here, 140, 41s, 42s, right around here. Those are the ones you want to get. 139.82 on the stock. We just kind of came up to 140 and we're back under again, down 46. If you can get 139s, 140s, 141s, the longer the better. I mean, really, the longer the better. Go out into December and January if you can or beyond. But anyway, 181 on GameStop, 181.48, up $1.42. Woohoo, we're going higher. This is a must-watch film, 2001 Space Odyssey, a must-watch. Uncle Bruce, you say a crash isn't coming. I'm not saying it isn't, but I doubt it is. I respect your opinion, but what steps could one take to soften the hit if a crash does come? It's the first thing I said about if there's a crash coming. It's the first thing I said. Oscar, another donation on PayPal. Thank you. I said you can buy puts. You can buy puts against the stocks you have if you feel there's a crash coming, or you can buy puts against the markets. Buy triple Qs, buy SPXs. I got 1,000 GameStop on 177.69. Nice. 181.68 right now. Let's see. What else is going on? Yes, that's true. They only had options out till November, but people were buying Augusts and they're buying Julys, and I'm telling them don't do that. Buy Novembers. Buy it, forget it. Awesome, Oscar. English appears to be second language in here this morning. People don't hear. They hear the words, but they don't interpret the words. Do not buy short-term options. Do not buy short-term contracts. Bruce, I have August contracts. What should I do? Hello. I feel like Biff. It's just not working. What causes Wall Street to finally compare GameStop valuations to Chewy? Compared to GameStop Chewy's instead of Dick's, isn't GameStop already more profitable than Chewy? Well, I think what they're doing, maybe what Wall Street is beginning to do, is beginning to compare an e-commerce company like Chewy to an e-commerce company like GameStop, rather than a brick and mortar company like Dick's to GameStop, because GameStop is no longer going to be known as a bricks and mortar company going forward. In the longer term, they're going to be an e-commerce company. Maybe that's what's going on. Bought my first option call on SoFi, $4.30 for January 2022. Congratulations. I'm not sure which one you got, but you got it. And there you go. I made a list of recession-proof stocks in the Discord server. Yesterday, you mentioned puts on RCL. What strike price and term would you suggest? Well, when the stock was 95, I was saying to people, pick up these 90s. If you can, buy them right up there and enjoy some upside as these stocks will back off. Now we're 78, 79. You got to get 80s. You got to get like at the money contracts here for puts, because the next $10 you want to profit on it. Because by the time we get down to 70, folks will be up $25 a share, or the stock will have dropped $25 a share from when I first recommended it. And that's not a bad return, I would think. SoFi is clearly going bankrupt within the first month of going live on the stock market. It's the only explanation for this stupid price. I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't think so. 15.92 down 8 cents. Low of the day 15.87. Anyway, I'm just joking, Irons. I'm joking. Irons says, there, says Julie. There. They hear what you're saying, but they're not listening. It's like trusting you but not believing you. That's right. I like what you're saying, but I don't believe you. I right on. Yippee-IKW. Uncle Bruce, I've spent all I can on your SPACs and your stocks, and I'm not even bothering to look at the day-to-day graphs anymore. It's like flying over mountains. The dips are nothing. I don't have to climb them. There you go. Way to go. Take that long-term view and don't worry about it. Don't be worried about it. It's going to be all right. It's going to be fine. You're going to get richer. You're going to have tax problems. What are you going to do with yourselves when you get rich? It's not easy, though. Aaron, you made me poop my pants for a second, laughing out loud, I guess. Oh, my gosh. The Dow up 122 to 35.11. S&P up 18.5. NASDAQ up 81. Oil down 24 cents. We're waiting for the Dow to be trading in record numbers at record highs, and it's coming. It's a coming, baby. We're going to go higher. That's what we're going to do. All right, GameStop back to 179.46. Teasing us. They're teasing us. I believe what you say, but I don't trust you. Okay. When I get rich, I'm going to turn in the Altima for a chromed out caddy with hydraulic pumps. Now you're talking. From now on, I'd like everyone on this channel, including Bruce, to assume that I'm always either joking or being sarcastic. I'm a British self-deprecating karate instructor. It's what I do. There you go. Uncle Bruce, how can the stock prices for these banks be so high? They're a brick and mortar business after all. Is it manipulation? Do you see an investigation coming for them too? Laughing out loud. I mean, come on. They got 9 times earnings. These things are way overpriced. How come we're the only ones that are sick of the Chicken Little, the sky's falling market crash scenario? I've been hearing this for decades and nothing ever happens. When I'm rich, I just want to have a little home in Colorado with my girlfriend and pets. I don't want cars or anything. I just want peace and quiet. Cloaked 840 for March 22. Apple calls with a 160 strike. 840 for a 160 strike. Yeah, that's out of the money though. But, if it goes to 200 a share, they're worth $40 book plus premium. Let me quote the late, great Colonel Sanders, who said, I'm too drunk to taste this chicken. I have no idea what this stuff tastes like. I'm drunker than a skunk. 15.98 on SoFi. We're only down 2 cents. We're coming back up again. GameStop, 179.26, 179.50, down 56 cents. ATIP, 853. AMC, $37, down 235. Gores, down 4 cents to 14.58. 23andMe, up 4. Fifth Wall up a dime. Vector unchanged. Navsite unchanged. Starboard unchanged. Home Depot up $1.93. IBM down 81 cents right now. The Dow up 113 points. Microsoft up $1.44. Apple up 288. Tesla down $2.97. There you go. There's where we're at. That's what we're doing. That's what we're all about. That's what we're following, watching and waiting and learning and seeing what the market wants to bring us. What does it want to do? GameStop 180. Back to 180, down 6 cents. It's coming back. Oh my gosh. What are we going to do? Bertie, SoFi, what's it going to do? Seriously, I'm going to build my 2-story dream farmhouse with a wraparound porch, a custom kitchen, a swimming pool, and a big ass fireplace. Now we're talking. Eric or Bruce, I see people sharing articles on your Facebook page that SoFi got a target price increase of $50 by EOY. Any validity to this? EOY. I can't stop buying SoFi, GameStop. Someone please help me. I can't help myself. I don't know what this is about. I haven't heard. I'm happy to hear it. Maybe is that the right word? 15.95 on the stock. 15.97. Is there something like this? I don't know if I don't see an article about it. I don't see anything. I don't see any news on it as far as that is concerned. So I didn't know. Ringu, I didn't know. Let's see. What can we take a look at here? Maybe there's something here. I don't know. I don't know. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. 1 day ago from Hypergrowth Investing, and I don't know who this is. SoFi's been very weak as of late, having lost all of its gains from July or June. Our analysts suggest the stock weakness is out of sync with the fundamental usage. There are people saying it's a solid buy opportunity. According to SimilarWeb, a download volume of SoFi's apps on Android phones shot up 8% in April, 9% in May, 25% in June. Monthly and daily active usage has been soaring right now for SoFi. So there's an overwhelming volume of data showing that more people than ever are using SoFi's mobile app. That is an indication of how popular this thing is, obviously. So there you go. What will it go to? I don't know. I don't know. So I have nothing here on that. I don't know of a buy thing anywhere. If I see one, I'll let you know. But I haven't seen one. If any of you can find anything official on it, let me know. But at the moment, I've got nada. And at the moment, SoFi is at 15.96 down to nickel. So it's not happening on the price. The stock itself has not reacted to this story. If this story is actually real or not, I don't know. Okay. You have a Facebook page? Yeah, we have a Stock Markets with Bruce. We have a Facebook page, Stock Markets with Bruce. You're always welcome to check it out. We have a website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Yeah, we got stuff. Here we go. I'm going to build an extra 2-car garage in my backyard to hold proceeds from Uncle Bruce's recommendation. End of the year is what Eric was saying. This is the end of the year. Was hoping for more GameStop volume. Any thoughts on the recent climb with Apple? The valuation, maybe. I'm just not used to seeing Apple move this much. Being recommended by a number of firms, and they're calling it higher. I'm calling it 200 by the end of the year. Uncle Bruce, any word on when SVAC will merge? Not yet. Nice. PanTPC saying nice. Coyote and Julie. Bruce, I'm going to Sardinia, Italy today. Have you ever been to Sardinia? I'm not sure if I have. I can't recall. Qualcomm announced a quarterly dividend and gets a 3% pop today. If only GameStop would get that coin dividend going, it would be crazy. SJP, I have 30,000. What spike price and expiries should I buy? Boy, if I only knew what stock you're talking about. Auntie, please, may I move in with you? Land of Butter, happy Wednesday morning to everybody. Have a gut feeling that we may have a green day today. Let's just hoping it's not just gas. Put your money where your mouth is. Open a SoFi account. Let's see what happens. I expect my stocks to go down and up, but mostly down with hopes of going up mostly. There's a firm comment right now. 1594 down 8 cents, or down 1592 down 8 cents on SoFi. GameStop down 91 cents to 179.15. ATIP at 850 down 30 cents. AMC down 275 to 36.60. Gore's down 2 cents to 14.60. 23andMe up 9 cents to 10.41. Fifth Wall up a dime at $12. Vector down a nickel. Navsite unchanged. Starboard down 2 cents. IBM down 78 cents to 139.50. The Dow is up 89 points, has not hit a new all-time high, but is trying. And we'll see if one is in the mix or in the works or not. Apple 148.76, up $3+ a share. How about that? Very interesting. All right. I want to buy a whole town in Italy. Do you know the $1 homes and all that stuff? That's what I want to do. Oscar laughing out loud. SJP laughing out loud. Where am I? Apple, I have 30 grand. What striking price should I pick up for Apple? Well, if you're going to pick up Apple, take a look at maybe calls into the new year, go out very long and see if you can scoop up some Apple contracts that are, in and around the money here, maybe even in the money. If you can scoop Apple in the money, if you have enough money to go to do that, that might be something. It's kind of the kind of a trade where you might double or triple your money. I'm not looking at having you, try an Apple contract where you can make 10 times your money. That's not not the way I'd be recommending it. I mean, 148.91 on the stock right now. You take a look at contracts. There's so many available. It's amazing. January contracts. January the 21st expiry. Yeah, I mean, here you are. You pick off $140 call contracts that are $8.90 in the money. You're paying $15.75, $16, just under $16 a contract. That is a smart move because you're paying $156 total on a $149 stock, so it's a $7 premium from now till January for Apple. I like this deal. $200 stock price, you've got a $60 call contract, book value plus probably 5 to 10 premium. So you got yourself a $70 contract for $16. There's some leverage for you. And with 30 grand, you buy 10 of these, it'll run you about 16,000. You can almost get 20. You can almost get about 18 of these contracts, 1,800 shares of Apple, 18 contracts at even at $50 a piece, $90,000. There's some money. There's a conservative long Apple bet, not that risky. I like it with a 140 stock price, an exercise price. I like that deal. The 150s are $11, $10.50. I wouldn't buy the 150. No, if you can buy the $10 contracts or the $16 contracts, get the 140s with a $16 contract. That's the way. Absolutely, that's the way. Anyway, that's just me, and that's what I'm saying. Jen, hi.
Bruce,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, we're hanging in there. We're trying to survive this market. This market just the Dow is trying to hit a new all-time high.
Ah.
We're still we got to within 40 points, but we couldn't quite get there. The first run. We'll see if we have another run later today. I think we will. But we're still up 82 points on the Dow, and we're about 120 away from a new all-time high. But the S&P is at a record high. Nasdaq's at a record high, and oil is down 47 cents a barrel to 74.78.
Yes, I see West Texas is down.
SoFi, unchanged at $16. We've been up like 10, 20 cents. We've down 10, 15 cents. GameStop is hanging around break even. It's like 179, 180 right here. So we're all kind of wondering, what are we going to do? I keep reminding everybody that you're going to make a lot of money here, and when you do, you're going to have problems. And I know these people keep telling me I'm not going to change when I'm really filthy rich. I'm not going to. But I know that all of these folks, I'll say not all of them, but a vast majority of these folks are going to be like Kramer on Seinfeld. He's going to turn into that pimp look.
Oh, yeah.
With that red felt hat,
The
that
fuzzy-
wide brim,
the fuzzy hat.
with the white fuzzy
Yeah.
on the thing, and
The
the
fake
feather,
fur.
the big feather, and then that big cape, the velvet cape with all the frill on
and
it.
that
And
stroll down the street.
With the high heeled boots with the goldfish in it in the heels,
platforms, honey.
platforms with the heels full of goldfish, and then getting into that Cadillac Eldorado from 1976 with the 10-foot long hood with the big bull horns on the
Yes.
front, and then the
Brahma
double air horn,
Yeah.
the horn, velvet interior. I just sense a majority of my viewers are going pimping.
Going there.
They're going to the pimp side as soon as they start making money.
So we're going to have
and
a
it's out
rush
of control.
on caddies. That's what you're saying.
There's going to be a rush on used Cadillacs
All right.
and getting them into
Corner
the shops.
of the market now.
Corner, yeah, and they're gonna pimp them all up. Some of these folks are gonna be so wealthy that they're gonna buy these gigantic Eldorados, get them all pimped out, and then they're gonna electrify them. They're gonna turn them into electric cars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they won't get 8 miles to the gallon. They'll be driving battery operated pimp mobiles.
And they got lots of room for batteries in those cars.
That's right. That's right. Lots of room for batteries in those cars. That's right. Those 5,000-pound cars, they're going to take the 1,000-pound engine out and the tranny and then the gas tank and replace it all with batteries and engines. And they're going to have a frunk and a trunk. And they're going to be
along
pimping.
with the electrification, you get that software that parallel parks this beast for you.
That's what you're going to need. And they've got the money for that.
Because
They're going to have the money.
I want to park somewhere on the street, and the car will say, "No, you can't do that here." We're angle parking all the way.
All the way. We're
All the
angle
way.
parking. We're just angle parking. Or they'll hire someone to drive it for them.
Yes.
Because after all, you're so well off,
That's right.
you don't be
Get a
needing to drive it.
driver.
Exactly. You'll hire a driver and someone to maintain it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I sense.
Like you were with our daughter. She'd be in the back seat. You would refer to her as Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Or Madam.
Madam President.
Yes.
That's right. She'd be in the back getting the limo ride.
Where are we going, Madam President?
Where are we going, Madam President? Where am I taking you now?
So yesterday, the Creston Valley recorded the heat of 38.7, and today's our hot day. You ever have those days where you just want it to be over? Just want it to be over. This heat has to go away. We need to get rain with no lightning.
Oh my gosh. Right now, we're at 68 degrees here in Creston, right now. The high today, 97. Yeah, 4 p.m., 97. No cloud anywhere.
No.
Our forecast for the next week, look at this. All sunshine. All 93,
Well,
90,
we have
90.
some cloudy
99
days,
on Sunday, 97 on Monday. Nothing. Just hot, dry. That's what we got here.
Yeah.
That's why there are forest fires in the area.
We have something like 390 active wildfires in BC.
390 active wildfires in British Columbia. No clouds, no rain. Unbelievable.
We can't see America.
We can't even see America 3 miles south of here because of the smoke between us and there's so much smoke in the air. It's unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, $16 on SoFi. 16.01. 180.08, up 2 cents on GameStop. We're going higher. Woohoo. ATIP 848 down 32. AMC down 249. Gores down 11 cents. Now, somebody asked me a question about Cisco. And let me take a look at the Cisco story. Cisco, what was it? Someone was thinking about buying calls or writing calls. I can't remember. Somebody asked me about some Cisco ideas, and let's see what I can find here. We're up 8 cents to 53.40 on the stock. Cisco Systems. If you're a writer of call contracts on Cisco, what do you write, and how much should you take in? Is the question. That is the question. Let's take a look here. Contracts that expire next week Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday. Are there any premiums to be had? The stock's 53.40 roughly. If you're going to write a $55 call, you're going to get 6 cents. So you can't be writing contracts for July later in July. you're going to have to look at calls later out. So you might be looking at maybe, say, let's look at August calls just for the heck of it. What can we get for August calls? August the 6th, $55 contracts paying 27 cents for a contract, $1.60 out of the money. Not a lot of money coming in there. 54.50s, that's $1 ahead of the market. You'd get 40 cents more. Not all that great. You might have to look at something late August. Let's take a look at August 27th. Writing calls at 50. Oh boy. At 55, pardon me. Well, $1, $1.10 for a $55 call for the end of August, which is 2% between now and the end of next month. That's 1% a month on your stock. That might be a consideration to make. But you're going to need to get the highest premium possible to make it worth your while. It is up 7 cents this morning on the stock. If you're going to write September's, let's take a look at those. To write September 17s at 55, you'll bring in $1.31. There's 13,000 out there. Lots of volume on those contracts. $1.31. Well, that is 2.5%. And if you hold them for maybe let's say 2 months and scoop them back at 30 cents, that's a 2% gain for you on your money. That might be a strategy to look into. But writing 60s, you're not going to get any money. 24 cents a share, no use there. So that is that. If you're going to go out to January 22 contracts on Cisco, you're going to write 55s. You're bringing in $2.60 a share, which is 4 or 5% between now and January. We're talking now, this is July, so that's August, September, October, November, December, January, 6 months, 5.5%. It's almost 1% a month payable to you if you write January's. So that's a thought. You could look into those. Writing January 55s for about $2.60 a piece. Maybe if the shares were to have a little uptick through the day, wait maybe for the next earnings report to come out. Maybe these shares will reach 54, 54.5, and you could take a look at 57.50s, something like that. Otherwise, you write closer in calls that maybe, like I said earlier, August's, where you can write maybe, right now you can write 55s, 56s, 57s. Right now, 55s only bring you 40 cents for August 13. Then August 20 will bring you about 90 cents. So maybe in August 20, what you would write now, if the shares pop up a little bit, you'll look at maybe 57.50s and try to bring in a couple points on that. But those are your options. Those are your choices for options on Cisco. Cisco is not a highfalutin, high volume mover. It doesn't go up and down $2 a day. So you're talking about slow motion option writing here. So if you go out and bring in 5% for January's, $2-something a share, that might be a strategy to employ. If you have 100 shares, you bring in a couple $100. You got 1,000 shares, you bring in a couple $1,000, and sit on the stock, sit on those calls. You're selling out at 57.50, 57.60, which is $4.20 higher than current prices, which you just turn around and buy the stock back if you get taken out, if that were to happen. But thoughts, those are considerations you can make on Cisco. Okay, happy to help. Finally got to it. What can I say here? What is going on? I have La Cucaracha on my horn on my Tesla. Did you ever have a zoot suit desire for a zoot suit in purple? Tesla Caddy with solar convertible hardtop. I'm just going to wear Don Cherry suits. That's what I'm going to do. If I'm pimping out. That's what I'm going to wear right there. SoFi 1603 up 3 cents. 178.11 on GameStop down $1.95. 847 on ATIP down 33 cents. AMC down 353 to 35.82. We are approaching, if not already exceeding, the 10% rule on AMC here. I think we may have done that on AMC. 35.70 is the price right now. 35.60 was the low. We are approaching, getting close to the 10% drop-off rule on AMC. That could put the stock on a short sale restricted mode if it drops a little more. I'm not sure if it happened yet, but it's awfully close. Okay, that's what we got. What can I say? Here we go. 94-point gain on the Dow. Let's see. Don't worry, Uncle Bruce. I'll get you Pimp Mobile. And yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Hi everybody. Everyone here, happy that Jen is here. There's one where she's not animated, whatever, so crazy. Okay, whatever. We're up 102 on the Dow, 34,991. Unchanged on SoFi, $16 right now. GameStop down to $1.65 right now. Not much to get excited about at this point. We're here. We'll see where we're going to go. Let's go. On Apple, were you telling that guy to buy long calls? Yes, I was. On Apple, buy long calls in the money. Pick up the 140s for January and enjoy a nice hold. In the next 2 or 3 months, 180 to 200 a share. Thank you very much. Nice return on your money. Hey, Bruce, with GameStop, I've always made mistakes by thinking, gee, it can't go lower, or gee, it can't go higher. The stock is near my average of 171. Is it bad to get out and buy back potentially lower? There's nothing wrong with buying this stock. There's nothing wrong at all. This stock, the long term on this stock is 1,000 a share and beyond. But you've got to wait it out and take advantage of dips. And if this is a dip, 178.68, there you go. Any news on ATIP? Nothing that I know of. I've got nothing to report to you. 847 down 33 cents, low of 842 today. I have nothing to report. I wish I could say. I can't remember if I've ever seen the cartoon. I'll have to check it out later, know what that means. Let's see. I'm ready to crush 2 GameStop shorts. All the due diligence and months of blatant manipulation, the BS with the RH, Robinhood, and other brokers. I really feel it's time for us to cash in on a clearly oversold stock. GameStop oversold. Looks totally oversold. I think our calls on SoFi a good deal right now. They seem a bit high, but the company has a lot of potential. I agree with that. Take a look at SoFi calls for January and longer if you can. I'm not sure how far SoFi calls go out. Let me take a peek here on the options on SoFi. Right now, I'm showing January 22, January 23's, December 23. So let me take a look at January 22's just for fun. And let's see, we got 15s are 420, 430, 1750s are 335 to 345s. The stock is in the money with 15s. The options at 1750 are just out of the money. The 20s are 275 to 280. The 2250s are 225 to 231. The 1250s are 530 to 545. If you can afford a 535 price on a 1250, that's a good move because you're 350 in the money right now. If I got this right, so you're only paying $1.85 premium on a January call contract. The 10s. 665, 670 right now. They're in the money, $6. There's only 70 cents premium there. That's always an idea too. Of course, to pay 665, 670 for a contract, if SoFi goes to 20, goes up $4, these will be worth 10 plus premium. They'll be worth about $10.50 on the open market. You will gain not quite the full $4. So if you want to go almost dollar for dollar on SoFi from 16 and up, you buy the 10s. If you buy the 1250s, you'll probably get about 80 to 85 cents on the dollar. A $1 move on SoFi would be an 80 to 85 cent move on your 1250 call contracts for January. The stock goes up $4 to 20. These calls at 1250 would be worth $7.50 plus about a buck and a half premium. They'd be probably at $9. So you'll be ahead about not quite $4. You'll be up about $3.80 a contract. That's a nice return on a $5.30 price. Obviously, if the shares go to $25, everybody wins, obviously. So the 10s would be worth 15 plus, the 1250s would be worth 1250 plus, the 15s will be worth $10 plus because they're all in the money, dramatically in the money. So there you go. You have to decide which way you want to do that. January 2023 contracts are very expensive. $7 for 15s. They're only worth $1. 1250s are almost $8. They're only worth $3.50. That's a high price to pay. The 10s are at $8.75. That would put you $2.75 in a premium situation. $2.70, $77.5 premium. But that's not a bad price to pay for a 2023 contract. The 10s for 2023 is what I'd recommend if you can afford them. But one contract is $875. One contract. Stocks at 1605. You can buy 50 shares for $870. You can buy 50 actual shares or one contract for 100 shares. You might as well just buy the SoFi. If you're going to pay $8 a contract, you might as well just buy the SoFi stock with no expiry date. Just saying. Going out to buy 20s and 25s and stuff, no, not worth it. Too expensive at this point in time. That's my recommendation there on SoFi. At the moment right now. That is my at the moment call. 1608, 1609 on SoFi. We're up 89 cents a share. 1610 on SoFi just went up again. Woohoo! GameStop down 228, ATIP down 30, AMC down 349, Gore's down a quarter, and 23andMe up 15 cents. Jen, how are you?
I just saw my first shoot of grass. It's only been a week.
And I've been saying to Jennifer, the other day I noticed the 1/4 inch high blades of grass are coming up. Now every day they're going to grow a half an inch. They're just going to explode now. So here we go.
Yes.
Yeah, the explosion is about to happen on our front lawn, which got all ripped up and seeded, and so we're watering like crazy in 95-degree heat.
Yes, sneaking out to water when we have these water restrictions.
But with your hose, you're allowed to do it.
Yes.
So we use a little sprayer, like a little,
A handheld, yeah.
handheld with the big spray feature, and just keep them wet. So they're growing. It's coming.
So what's your recommendation for a bagel?
What's the bagel gonna be today? What's the bagel gonna be today? Do we have any cream cheese left?
No.
We're out of the schmear.
No schmear.
But we do have slices of cheddar, like
Yes,
real cheddar.
Yeah, real
right?
cheddar. And Monterey Jack.
We still have some sliced cold cuts.
Yes.
Maybe I could have one of those.
Okay.
One of those, with one slab of cheese
A
and
meat lover.
Meat lovers with a slab of cheese on a bagel. Yeah.
Do you want any of the Monterey Jack or like cheddar on the bottom? Monterey Jack. No,
Just the
no,
cheddar only.
cheddar.
I think just one slice of cheese is
Okay.
enough, and then I'll have that. Mayo. That that
Mustard mayo.
mustard mayo. Ooh, that sounds good. Let's try that bagel today and get this market going. On SoFi back to $16. Come on, SoFi. You know you can do better than this. You know you can do better than this. You're teasing us here. What is Gore's doing? Down 24, waiting until the meeting. 6 days. The meeting is in 6 days for Gore's. Hang on, 6 more days. It's going to become Matterport. Then you can complain about what's Matterport doing. Then we'll play that game. You can operate your money in an Roth IRA tax-free. Don't take my word. Check into it. Damn it, Jim. I'm not a fan of ATIP. I sold mine and made a nice profit before it slipped, hoping it pays off for those going along. Bill, here's the plan. Drop the price of GameStop AMC, then pop the price a bit, hoping you'll sell your shares. Remember, I told you, since you were talking about buying $10 strikes for SoFi for January, could we be looking at rolling $15 strikes down to the 10s? Well, yeah, I mean, you could, I guess. You can look at if you get a decent price for the 15s and can move into the 10s. Is it wise to invest in SoFi or Apple calls if I have 30 grand? Yes, I would say going long on both would be fine. Yeah, absolutely. SoFi, if you can do SoFi in the monies, and Apple's in the monies, I like this investment if you have it. Bruce once killed a man with a trident. Now, come on, Brent. What is that? Bill, Uncle Bruce, you never invest in what you can't afford to lose. Oh, that's true, too. T-Bone, damn it, Jim, I wish you were in your shoes on ATIP. SoFi moving a little. SoFi on the move. Well, it was 1602 again. Come on, SoFi. Let's go. Anyway, how do you see this offering on 23andMe at 1150? How do you see this? Can this influx of cash cause mass interest and drive the price up into the 20s? I like this massive increase in cash from what I can discern on the filings. I'm not 100% sure how this all will work out in the end, but I like what I'm reading here on ME. It's up 15 cents to 1047. I like this 1150 talk. I would be very happy if ME were drowning in money, because doing this deal, I just have the impression that this is step one of a step two thing. This is the first of two steps. The first step, raise this cash. Second step, announce a takeover of something, a purchase of whatever the purchase is. I don't know what it is they're doing. Are they buying somebody? Are they buying a private company? Are they buying a public company? Are they buying a percentage of something? There's something going on 23andMe above and beyond just raising money at $11.50 a share, telling me that the possibility could be that if they are raising a bunch of dough, that could lift the market to $14.15 a share. Then they turn around and buy somebody privately that they vend in that is generating revenues and earnings and all that. Then you multiply that multiple into a public market format, you could pop the stock to 2025. This could be a thing. This entity, whatever it is, could have huge institutional following over the years, for years and years already. And maybe that could really transform 23andMe. I don't know. There's something going on 23andMe. We're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. We don't know what's happening under the surface, but I suspect something big is going on. Okay, SoFi, go on a run, please. I overslept this morning. Are we SPAC millionaires yet? We're on the way. We're already talking about buying pimp mobiles and buying felt hats with the big feathers, those pimp hats, and those pimp capes, those red velour, Yeah, we're talking the talk, because we're going to walk the walk, baby. Damn it, Jim T-Bone, if the fears of the Delta variant are even close to true, they won't be doing elective surgery. They will still remain open for emergency, but at what volume long, though? I can see them doing well. Unbelievable. Okay, go back to bed, BW. There's nothing to see here. AMC hit RSI restricted. AMC is hit restricted. Yeah, it's down $4 now. It's a restricted short seller off the rest of the day and all day tomorrow. Go back to bed there. AMC on SSR rule. Now there it is. GameStop has a huge number of worthless puts expiring this week. Is there any way the short bearers can leverage those using the lick? I don't think so. Uncle Bruce, why do you think FWA doesn't have options yet? I do not know. Other than not enough volume on the stock. Maybe that's it. Maybe not enough volume for not enough days to not qualify. I don't know other than that. Damn it, Jim. I agree. I have 40 calls hanging in the balance. August to November. John, that's what I meant. SSR, not RSI. Dave, Bruce, just watched Alton Brown make homemade bagels last night. Looks super easy. I'm going to try it. John, bagel. DM, Bruce, you should probably lay low for a while. You killed a man with a trident. Now, what's going on here? Wheat Wild, thank you for this donation. I think these are 15 shekels. Uncle Bruce, Apple, Jan 22 puts. $600. Apple Jan 22 puts $600 $600 puts at 293. The 540 puts at 230. The 520 puts 207. Is this a glitch? Looks like a buy. I don't know how to read that. I'm not trying to interpret this. I wouldn't. I don't. Something's not right. Yeah, there's something glitchy going on. Yeah, being honest, I sold a little for profit on ATIP. I put it into Gore's SoFi. But then again, I've been a Gore's BOI for a while. Cisco. Brad, GameStop did a private offering at 225. And now look at the stock price. The whole market is down right now. That's true. I mean, GameStop has 1.9 billion cash in the bank, and they sold their stock at 225, and it's 176.50. I mean, go figure. You got to wonder. T-Bone, I'm down money on almost everything else leveled out, but you don't lose until you sell. I bought some SoFi options that long that I wish I had waited. Now could have gotten much cheaper. Whatever it is, it is. Bill Cohen, I used to make money. I used to make my own bagels, actually, cooking. It was a hobby. I used to make my own bagels. Cooking was my hobby. They're heavenly, fresh with dripping butter. Yummy, yummy, yum. These prices are going to force me to make another transfer, says Auntie. Funky J, I hope they buy Ancestry. It seems like a good target. Damn it, Jim Gayotti. I bought 10 calls on Gores with my profit from ATIP. I like Gores a lot. Can you also get me a cola? I am out.
Yeah.
We've got the toasted bagel.
I kind of lied. We're going to drip right there.
Okay.
Get that.
It's going to happen, but
it's only beer sausage.
Only beer sausage, but it's so good. It's just so darn good. Old goody goo. Thank you, Jen. We got it on the grocery list. We need some more cold cuts. Thank you, Chris. Can I just borrow your brain for a few days? JK, I wish I had your experience. Let's go. Yours, gang. I might be able to afford some fuzzy dice by the end of this. Fuzzy dice. There you go. I'm a Gores girl. Let's see. Yeah, we can be called the stock pimps, slapping shorts left and right. A T-bone. I should make a lot of SoFi. I should make a lot of SoFi options if it goes to 25 range by 2020. I'm just going to wait. Thank you, Jen, so much. Fantastic. We got some cola. We got the bagel. We're going to make a lot of money. I'm going to have viewers, pimping viewers out there with the fuzzy dice and the Cadillac Eldorados and the felt capes and the felt wide brim hats with the feathers. Oh, it's going to be awesome. People are thinking it's Halloween all year round. Yeah. It's only 89,000 volume on M&E. 23andMe, it's a ghost town right now. 1598 on SoFi. The Dow up 77 points. We got a little lull in the action right now. It's time for a bagel. Maybe it's time for a bagel to get the action going. I don't know. Got a sesame seed bagel right here with all those sesame seeds toasted up. It's so good. Oh, yeah, this is so good. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. What can I say? What are we going to do? Yeah. Big pimping on the bagels and cheese. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got it, DQ. My first car, a 93 Voyager. No air conditioning. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Now that Reddit Mania's calmed down on GameStop, and we've seen the slow bleed for a month, what do you think could be the catalyst to take this to $1,000 a share? Increase in sales on the e-commerce side. E-commerce sales, that's what it's going to be about. Oh. Yeah. Oh, these bagels are so good. Bagel. We should call it Patience with Bruce. No one's mentioned the pimp heeled boots. Can my pimp name be Pepper Jack? I call dibs. Oh boy. Yeah, Pepper Jack. Right on. 1590 on SoFi, down a dime. GameStop 329 on the down dip right now. ATIP down 34. AMC down 437 to 34.88. Gores down 32 cents. 23andMe up 3 cents. The Dow up 70. S&P up 10. Nasdaq down up 46. Waiting to see what's going to happen here. Breaking news: Michelle Pfeiffer and David E. Kelly list their LA home for $25 million. Just so you know, tough times are all around. What are you going to do? Only I can beat Jack Pepper, says DQ. Triple stuffed turkey. stuff, a boneless goose chicken with seasoning. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Can they not really just keep doing what they've been doing for the last 6 months? It's still not been to the January highs. I hear you. We haven't yet done it. Right through 176 like a hot knife through butter. 175 on GameStop right now. Davey, Bruce, we need to push GameStop again so the hedge funds can catch the collective backs of all of our hands. Oh, man. Yeah. mm. 175.20 on GameStop. I think it tried to touch 175, but couldn't break through it. Oh, maybe it did. It did break through. 174.42. Now 175.94. Just rebounded the other direction. 176.48 just popped up. Back the other direction. Bought the GameStop dip. Yeah, 176.26 right now. G-Bone. I met one-on-one with Uncle B and now reorganizing my portfolio to write calls pending getting through these down days. Even up days. You can make money all the time. Absolutely. He said, oh yeah. B Fitz is saying this could be a make or break week for GameStop for a while. A lot of us have averages around here. I don't want to see a 50% drop on my portfolio again. Hold me, please. Hold me. T-Bone, Uncle Bruce, you shook me to the T-Bone when we met. It's sad, but GameStop volume is up on the day. It's been under 2 million for a few days. We may crack 2 million with some to spare. With 1 million right now on GameStop. 175.57 right now. And SoFi trading down a dime at 15.90 on 4.5 million shares. This is the low of the day neighborhood for SoFi right now. Dow's up 72, S&P up 11, NASDAQ up 56. Okay, moving back into the bagel territory here. Oh my. Oh yeah. This is a good one. This is a good comment. Class suggestion. How to do due diligence and researching stocks to buy. GameStop is like the one stock I don't worry about it. It'll pop eventually. I just wait until then. Feel zen. No worry. I was poor when I started. The very worst that happens is I'm still poor. Nothing to lose. If you're down 50%, still believe in the stock, then now's the time to average down. There you are. Now's the time. 176.42 down 364 on GameStop right now. Oh, Lord, grant me patience. But please hurry with that, would you? Oh, man. Thank you all for being here this morning with me. I appreciate this. Nice to have you here as we watch these markets. The Dow is up 74 points right now. We've got S&P up as well, 13, and we have Nasdaq up 71 right now. 176.19 on the GameStop right now, down 387. The low of the day, 174.42. That's the low of the day so far. Okay. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for the thumbs ups today. We have 479 thumbs ups going into this last little bit of the day. I appreciate this. 45 minutes to go. Thank you, everybody. Of course, I'm out of powder right now, and this dip is killing me. I did grab a few the other day, though. $176.91. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. $177. 177.35. Just popped through again. Down 286. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that bagel is so good. Wow, that's fabulous. Thank you for hanging around while I finish my bagel this morning. Wow. What can I say? I've been averaging down to my SoFi. Still down 20% of my investment. Oh, boy. $15.92 on SoFi right now, down 8 cents. Not a big drop today. So 177.16 on GameStop. ATIP down 37 cents to 8.43. AMC down 3.74 to 35.61. Gore's down 14 cents at 14.48. It hit a low of 14.29. It's come back almost 20 cents here. 23andMe unchanged right now. It's at the low trade of the day right now, 10.32, unchanged, 108,000 shares. That's all. They're not talking. They're not saying anything. They're I think they're up to here in filings. They've got filings going on all over the place. I think they're doing filing reports for the SEC. I think they're in deep discussions here. Something is brewing at 23andMe, something big, and no one is talking. And I can see why. They're being told not to talk at all. They're being told, don't say a darn thing right now. You can't do it. Just saying. Richard the Third just passed 1,000 shares of SoFi today. Drop in the ocean compared to the most who's holding it. But it's still a good day. Way to go. Uncle Bruce, why is the market so scared? You know what it is? It's the psychological game you have to win. It's the psychological. There's a psychological game you have to play and win to make this market work for you. You've got to make your bet and then sit there and enjoy it and take it and wait it out. It's not like a 2-minute horse race where it's all over. This is a horse race that never ends. This is not like an NFL football games where in 3 or 4 hours we'll know the outcome. This isn't an NFL football game. This is a long-term investment strategy where you have to just be tougher than everyone else. And the psychology of the market will shift and change and adjust, and you have to stick to your convictions. And you average down when you get the chance to average down, and you cash in when you can cash in. You write calls when you can write calls. You have to learn the whole aspect of this market. You've got to tolerate and survive the good weeks, the bad weeks, the mediocre weeks, and the quiet weeks. And you cannot allow a quiet time to be considered a failure for you. You can't allow that to happen. You have to have the long-term outlook and just sit there and go, I know that I bought the stock at this price or these options at that price. I don't care. I'm going to win on this investment because I did the right buy when I did the right move when I bought this stuff. I bought this with capital I can afford to tie up right now. I bought these contracts long enough that I can wait out these dips, and I'm going to come in smelling like a rose. And when I get fresh cash, I'm going to keep doubling down on my positions because I was right then and I'm right now, and I'll be even more right later. And that's the toughest part of this business, is waiting out the win. Everyone will call you an overnight success when you get your pimp mobile and your pimp clothing from all that money you've made. They'll all look at you and go, oh, look at how that person is so irresponsible, spending all this money, making this money all overnight. Because they won't listen to you now talking about the tough times you went through, because they won't believe you. They'll go, oh, you made money on SoFi. Oh, wow, it must be nice. Living the high life. Yeah, well, you earned it. You earned your return, a nice return on SoFi. You've earned a wonderful return on GameStop. Any other stocks you're holding, you earned it. This is the price you are paying. Time and the grind, this emotional roller coaster. This is the price you got to pay. Welcome to the markets. I've been doing it since 78. Look at all the hair I still have left. It's incredible. Isn't it amazing? I got all this hair left on my head here. I haven't lost a thing. Unbelievable. What can I say? Bruce, just one quick thing. Did you piss off Wall Street to force them to crash most of your favorite stocks and SPACs? Exactly. Shorters have been working on GameStop for months now. They want you to feel down and sad. Don't let them do it. GameStop talk gets my blood flowing. Here you go. Mm-hmm. Yep. Buy and hold. That's how you win. That's exactly right. And then you take your profit, and when it's time, that's right. Here we go. Uncle Bruce, good morning. I wrote a GameStop $330 call that expires on Friday. I'm looking to write a new one next Monday. What would be a conservative date price target to write without too much risk of being exercised? Thank you very much. Well, you've got wrote a 330, so I don't know how long ago you wrote it. Did you write it a month or so ago? I don't know. Now, are you thinking of writing you want to write a high-priced call to generate revenue, knowing that we're at 176, 76 right now. You're trying to figure this out. I understand. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. Let's go back here. So, are you going to write maybe some August calls, something like that? You want to write like a higher priced call, something in August maybe? What kind of revenue can you bring in? Right now, let's see if we go something later in August. Excuse me here. Let's go here. Well, okay, if you're going to write $220 calls for August the 27th, you can bring in about 12.50 to 13. I'm in the middle of the bid ask, around 12 something. If you write 240s, you can get about close to $10. Writing 240s, that is $70, $65 out of the money for August, the end of August. That's a month and a half from now, 5 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now. You can bring in for 6 weeks, you can bring in $10 a share. You're bringing in $1.50 a week. Good revenue on your stock, depending on what shares you have. That might be a thought. If you're bringing in, like I said, if you're writing 220s, you can bring in about 13, maybe $12.50, $13. And that's $2 a week, roughly. So that, is that all right for you? If you can bring in $2 a week on your stock, you got 1,000 shares, it's $2,000 a week. You get 500 shares, it's 1,000 a week. You got 100 shares, it's 200 a week. Think about that. Those are some thoughts. Again, I don't know your scenario. I don't know your tolerance. I don't know how long you wrote these final contract, but those are some thoughts. Anyway, Daniel wants to know, Uncle Bruce, when filings are happening, like you think that are happening with ME right now, do they usually wait for certain dates to release these things? End of the week, mid-month, end of the quarter? Well, if 23andMe is if these guys are close to a quarterly report, quarterly financial report required, they may want to do it the week before or the week after, depending on what the announcement is. Hard to say. I mean, there's a million reasons why everything is done, and you could be right, Daniel. There could well be extenuating circumstances that are going to delay or hurry up this announcement, perhaps. Bruce is right. Patience is the key. I've been enjoying the stock market. It's so fun. It's also trusting your decisions when you're watching it drop 50% or more and not watching it or not wimping out. Averaging down again takes balls. Just loaded up with 10 more shares of SoFi chump change right now. Oh, damn, some real stuff right there, Uncle B. There's no room for a conscience in the pimp game. There's no room for a conscience in the pimp game. FYI, Fidelity will auto sell in the money calls on Friday at 3 p.m. if you don't have enough cash in your account to buy the stock. I was riding IBM to the end when it happened. There you have it. If you don't have enough money to exercise your call contract, they will auto sell you out if you're in the money that you get your dough, you're out, you're flat, move on to the next contract trade because you are not in a position to exercise, and they will not let you they will not allow you to not take the money. You gotta take the money, which I think is a good thing. Okay. Yes, think of how everyone mocks you and calls you a bag holder, says Gayoti. They don't see the work and effort and research you put in, and someday you can say, I told you, and these days will make it worth it. Again, there you go. I recommend to somebody, when I talk to you one-on-one, I will mention how, and I'll mention this to you all now, I bet you some of you have tried to tell friends, coworkers, relatives, what it is you're doing with the market. Because they'll ask you, how are you doing on your markets? How are you doing on your investments? And you'll talk to them about me, and you'll talk to them about what you're doing. And their eyes will glaze over after like 30 seconds. They just don't get it, or they don't want to get it, or they don't have the capacity to get it, or they have no interest. There are just times where it is not worth your while to attempt to explain to anyone you know or love or care about what it is you're doing, because it will not help. And in effect, they might play the devil's advocate on you. They'll play that game, and they'll go, well, are you sure you know what you're doing? Or you really trust this guy? I mean, he's just a guy on the internet. you really may not want to bother because of the stress that they will put on you on top of the stress you have now being a player in the market. It just sometimes isn't worth your time. Just a little comment from your old buddy here who just says, hey, you know, that's something to think about. Okay, let's keep going here. Just a businessman doing business. Pimp clothing, laugh out loud. I told some family about the positives of GameStop at a family picnic. People looked at me like I had two heads. Then they listened, then they know Chewy and had no idea. Funny. There you go. Uncle Bruce, I have some shares of an online mortgage lender, Better Mortgage. SPAC deal with AURC. They just acquired another online lender from Europe. Trussell wanted to put it on your radar. Thank you. Damn it, Jim, these streets are cold. Day one, buy Pimp Mobile. Day two, die from the cumulative impact of the stress. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. Michael Fidelity also auto assigns written calls on expiration day if they are number one in the money or higher. DM, Aaron, some of us held from $4.50 to $38 DQ, but what a good day one was. Go to 11 out loud, damn it, Jim. Let's see. Aaron, DM, yes, me included. Aaron, and bought more. Aaron at 39. Of course, I bought my first GameStop at 46. Boy, do I wish I bought more of those. Jake, I rolled a $200 strike price covered call on GameStop from early May through last week and didn't get exercised, so don't worry about that. There you go. Let's see. Lost confidence. Only bought a few. Wiped out. Henning, most of us did, and averaged down to the low 40s. Still just slightly above the break even now. Averaged up, averaged down, rinse and repeat. Coyote Aaron. Yeah, it was just after the first run up in January. I missed it and I thought it was over, but I wanted some shares for historical purposes. Bought only 10 because I knew nothing then. Scott, wasn't there some GameStop news due today? Thanks. Aaron saying same. Henning, unfortunately sold my AMC stocks to do it. Some people, just people banking on the NFT release due to the date of the Ethereum info. When others are scared. Scott DM, yes, that was it. Couldn't recall. Thanks. Blood in the streets, a time to buy, says Eric. Let's see here. Yeah, here you go. Aaron, if people treated stock more like putting money into a savings account, they wouldn't stress so much. They wouldn't stress so much about the price. But people put money in their savings and leave it for years without even checking. John is agreeing with Coyote. AB, when calls expire worthless, are they literally worthless, or like, do you get $1 back, which is close to worthless? They'll be basically worthless. Henning, I'm pretty sure worthless means worthless. AB, you can usually sell them for that before they expire. Mike, wondering, AB, written calls. Coyote, AB, if they expire out of the money, they are worthless, out of the money, because no one would pay the premium plus a higher stock price when you can just buy the stocks at the current price or cheaper. That's right. If you know, you know. That's what Adam's saying. Same, Coyote. I kick myself every day that I didn't buy more at 40. What was I thinking? Hindsight is 2020. Eric, just don't wait till the last second. I smell money. Why are people so afraid to get exercised? Coyote, everyone was like, well, GameStop was done. If only we knew. AB, this explosion. This explanation you're doing about why people naysaying about investing. I saw this behavior the first year of college. Lots of people just wanting to quit, fail, and trying to poison all the optimism. I smell money if you're writing covered calls. Big win-win if you get your premium and don't get exercised if you can write covered more calls. There you have it. I agree. AB, the naysayers are terminally risk-averse and even success-adverse, depressing people. DQ, I smell money. I think folks want to maintain their low average price instead of taking profits when they get assigned. There you go. I saw DFV buying even more. He's the reason I bought those in the first place. Boy, do I wish I could go back to that day. AB, it's like if a crab starts to find a way out of a bucket, other crabs grab them and pull them back in. It's psychology. Let's see. I smell money, says at Coyote. You still get paid the difference between what you paid and the exercise price plus your premium. Anti-PC, yes, and you make your covered calls high enough, you'll almost always want to be exercised. Damn it, Jim, I heard GameStop NFT will not be today. Kev, most people don't like getting exercised. Coyote, PC, Anti, a good insight. I was the same way a few months back when DFV doubled down at 150, then became That became my target. Anything in the 50s, I'm buying. Good for DFV, good for me. Carlos, Bruce, what play would you make right now for $700? What would you do with $700 right now? $700. What would you right now? I'd be looking at a SoFi contract. I'd be looking at maybe a couple of Gores contracts. 23andMe, cheap. Whatever you can get near the money here. Exactly, Cody. Mama didn't raise no dummy. Take your profits and buy back in when it drops. It's not a big deal. Writing covered calls is the way to go. Try to get my stocks to 100 so I can do that for each. Vilbus, it's only soul crushing when you're locked into a covered call and the price soars way above the strike price and you can't cash in. How many times does that happen in your life? Once, ever? Come on. I smell money. Kev Lane, that's so true. Most don't exercise anyway, so no reason to worry about writing calls. Exactly. Do not worry about writing covered calls. I have invested very heavily in SoFi. The only thing I didn't pull back from is GME. 176.90 now on GameStop, down 316 a share. The Dow is up 33 points, still just hanging on. S&P up 12, NASDAQ up 75 points. Waiting to see what's going on here, whether we're going to get another run on the Dow. We didn't hit the new record this morning, but we came awfully close. Aaron, I'm up to 2,100 SoFi shares now with an 1874 average, sold out of 5 complete positions today in profit to buy more. Right on. Sure you can, Vilbus, buy them back. And Aaron, absolute legend, mate. You're an absolute legend. There you go. Picking up those SoFi shares. 15.96 on SoFi, down 3 cents. This is not a bad day on SoFi. 3 cent drop. It's not going down. It's kind of stopping. I'm getting the kind of vibe here that maybe SoFi has sort of stopped dropping now. Maybe this is it. Oh, and I bought more GHVI. I'm not touching that. There you go. GHVI 14.35. 6 days to go until the shareholder meeting. Matterport takes them over in 6 days. GameStop 176.04, down $4. 15.98, down 2 cents on SoFi. ATIP down 28 cents to 8.52. AMC down 3.84 at 35.44. Gores 14.40, down 22 cents. 23andMe up 14 cents to 10.46. A Fifth Wall 11.50, down 41 today. Vector down 23 cents. NavSite unchanged. Starboard down 6. Avanik up $1.40. Home Depot $1.80 on the upside. International Business Machines down $1.22 to frustrate everybody to no end. The Dow up 20 points. Microsoft up $2.30. Apple up $3.50. Tesla up $8.40. How about that? Royal Caribbean down 71 cents. It was started positive and is now 76 on the downside. Norwegian down 31. Carnival down 8 cents. Amazon up $14. Facebook down $2.50. Alphabet, which is known as Google, up $30. JP Morgan down $1.88. Goldman down $2.35. These guys can't make enough money for Wall Street. They cannot make enough money for Wall Street. What can I say? I think Goldman is a great buy for a long-term option as well. In the money option on Goldman for January is what I'd be looking at. I think you can make some serious money on those. But, the market just is not reacting to these incredible earnings the banks are putting up. But they are screaming at me saying, man, we are making so much money because our clients are making so much money. You may want to look at our client stock too. And I agree. The client stock is ready. We're getting ready for a run here. Some tells me we are going in for a serious up move in the markets within the next 2 weeks. And people are going to go, I should have seen that coming. I can't believe I missed it. Not paying attention. What can I say? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I bought more GameStop. Up to 220 shares at 165 average now. Damn it, Jim. Aaron, I'm around $5,000 in shares and calls. SoFi, I think we will do very well. I agree. I had to tell my girlfriend we're only eating raw carrots and ramen until payday. I got to get more Gores. We're going to live like this. It's the 20th century potato famine. That's what we're going to do here. Damn it, Jim. Boom. Auntie, I am jelly for your SoFi shares. I only have 336. I got to get more. 336. I don't have enough. Coyote, and now I'm jealous of your 336. A January 22, $7.50 ME contract is $3.50. That means the premium is only 54 cents. Is that right? Isn't that dirt cheap? ME is trading at 10.42. A 750 contract is a 350. It's in the value it's in the money, almost $3. Yes, this is a bargain. Pick up those ME contracts at 350 all you can. Scoop them. Grab them, enjoy, because at $20 a share, they're worth $12.50 plus premium. They'll be worth $14. And you can thank me later with a wonderful donation. Well done, Aaron. GameStop and SoFi are my retirement. The rest I will trade, put out if necessary. Oh my goodness. Eric, in the bull market, you collect cash. In the bear market, you collect shares. Buy the dip. Aaron, as a self-employed sole trader, I don't get a private pension. Ryan Cohen will secure my pension. There you go. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Oh my gosh. These 750 contracts are a bargain. I love those. Well done, everybody. Well, what do we got here? 1598 on SoFi. Volume on the SoFi. 5.9 million shares today, down 2 cents. We might be possibly at about the low for SoFi for quite some time. This could be it. What's up, Uncle Bruce Domingo? How you doing, buddy? That's my goal, Aaron. That's my goal. Let's see. Welcome one, welcome all. Yeah, SoFi looks awfully attractive right now. 176.07 down 3.99 on GameStop. We are coming into the last 20 minutes of this show. Thank you for being here today. Those of you who are joining me on Saturday and Sunday for the live class, the Saturday live class, I'm really looking forward to this. Some of you I'm certain, are going to really benefit from this class on Saturday. The class is called Using Aggressive Trading Strategies to Profit from Trading Stock Options. You guys are going to want to be in on this one. Those of you joining me live, we are going to cover some interesting stuff, and I think you're going to find it most entertaining, most interesting. I think you're going to just be raring to go Monday morning. Sunday, we have another class at 9 o'clock or at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Pacific Time. Both classes at noon Eastern Time, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday's class is called Using Aggressive Trading Strategies to Profit from Writing Call Contracts. You call writers out there, you're going to want to join me Sunday for more strategies, some of which are rather aggressive, to bring money into your pocket. Writing call contracts. Yes, it's time to be paid for all the abuse you've been taking, hanging on to your stocks. It's time to be paid and royally paid. So we're going to talk about different strategies on both sides of the options market, Saturday and Sunday. If you'd like to be part of these classes, you want to be in on these classes, send me an email at brucefrommert@hotmail.com. Say, Bruce, I heard you talking about your classes this weekend. I want to be in the live class. I understand I will not be on camera. You won't hear my voice. I'll just be able to type in my questions. Jen is the moderator. I love that Jen is the moderator. I know it starts at noon. It's going to last 2 hours. It's $150. And I know right now, if I buy the right option, the way you're telling me to buy these options, I'm going to make way more than $150 on the trade. So yes, I'm in to win. Please help me. Let me know by sending me a private email saying, Bruce, I want to be in on Saturday's class, or I want to be in on Sunday's class, or I want in on both. Please send me an invite to these classes, and I will send you the dough right away to lock up my slot, and away we go. Those of you who can't make the live classes, like last week's classes, you couldn't make them. You haven't seen my first 2 classes yet. Check them out on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. You can purchase them there for $100 a pop. Watch them as many times as you want and learn all about how to trade options and then how to write options. Those are the first 2 classes. Now these 2 classes will be uploaded by Monday, Tuesday next week, and you'll be able to watch those as well at your leisure. And then we'll do some more classes the weekend after. We're going to have some fun here, learning a lot of stuff, doing a bunch of learning in summer school with Uncle Bruce in front of the whiteboard as he writes away what is going on. Thank you, everybody, for being with me here today. Those of you who are joining this channel as subscribers, I thank you very, very much. Those of you who are members, thank you, of course. Those of you who are not members and just hanging out, love you guys. I'm glad you're here too. Thank you for joining us and being part of this family. I really appreciate it. Some of you send me super chats from time to time because you're not members and you send me a little message. I love you for that, of course. Those of you sending donations to us through PayPal, you guys are great. I mean, you're unbelievable. Thank you all for this following of this channel. I really do appreciate it. We have, how many thumbs up we got now? Thumbs ups on the day, 509 thumbs ups on the day today. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate the 509 thumbs up so far. If you can keep them coming in here as we are finishing off this morning session. Thank you again for getting me over the 500 mark and trying to approach 1,000. Those of you watching on the rerun, you're always giving me thumbs ups all the time. You guys are so great. I thank you so much. Always watching the reruns. By the way, if you watch you buy the classes on my website, a little trick is like put a like on the class, even though it's a private class. Hit the like button. When you look up your history of viewings on YouTube, you'll find all likes. It has a section where you can see all the liked videos that you've uploaded, and you'll find that class all the time, and you can always go back to it. It's kind of handy that way. Up to you how you want to do it, but thank you all of you for being with me today. This is good stuff. Let's hope we go much higher, because that's what we're here for, to make a lot of money. I need to get you guys into a whole bunch of dough, so that we watch you change your personality. In a bull market, you collect cash. In a bear market, you buy the dip. That's right. Let's go SoFi. I forgot to mention, I'm 33. I'll retire at 34. Does that sound good? That sounds very good. I like the sound of that. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Damn it, Jim says, Aaron, watch the opening Thursday. Will be tons of SoFi advertising. I'm going to take a shot at it every time I see one. John Anderson, hopefully Apple breaks $150. Domingo, shout out to my cousin. Black is watching. I can't make the classes this weekend, but will most likely be buying the edited versions. British shilling abuse, like having to listen to Yoko. Oh, we paid for that. That's true. Gabriel, Uncle Cruz, in case ATIP doesn't recover before my November options expire, when would be a good time to sell and take losses before the time value of my options drop like crazy? Well, Gabriel, what we want to wait for here is let's wait for this story to mature out, and let's see if contracts come up for January and March and April. You might be doing rollovers from November to January or November to next May. So, I doubt you're going to be holding these until the close here, until the expiry. Henning, having looked into it a bit now, it seems there are no market makers allowing options on the American stock geeks market for Swedish retail investors, unfortunately. Credit Savage, good morning, Uncle Bruce. So the Democrats will pass an amazing infrastructure bill and the market is down. Powell will speak. That's all happening. What's the big deal? Well, the Dow's up 27, and S&P's up 9, and Nasdaq's up 46. We're not down. How about it's a little higher first, though? How about just a little higher? Laughing out loud. Okay, Uncle Bruce, with all of these SPACs are virtually unheard of in the market, and that's why not much is happening. Why, though, do shorts seem to know about them and drop pennies per day, down, down, and down? Again, it's not the shorts necessarily doing it. It could be just, day traders just trading it around a little bit. It could be day trading shorters. Who knows? I mean, there's a million reasons why stocks do what they do. It's a free market. You're allowed to do what you like. There are people who just don't have the discipline to wait it out. That's what makes the market the market. Some folks need to sell right now for whatever reason they have to sell. Maybe it has nothing to do with their investments. It has something to do with a family emergency. They need $5,000 to go on a. They got to pay for a funeral they didn't know they had to pay for. I don't know. I mean, there's a million reasons why people need money for whatever they need money for. And sometimes stocks are sold to pay for things, and that's just it. PGA Open, not the market open this Thursday. Okay, damn it. Thank you, buddy. Welcome to the markets. There's a million reasons for everything. $15.98 on SoFi. I'm not seeing any movement on SoFi at all here. I don't know what's going on with SoFi. I don't understand it. I'm confused. I'm old. I'm confused. I don't know what's happening. SoFi, $15.99 now. And 6 million traded. 176.15 down 391 on 391 on GameStop. 31-cent drop on ATIP. AMC down to 35.13, down 4.22. Gores down 18 cents to 14.44. ME up 7 cents. Fifth Wall down 40. Vector down 21. NFSite down a penny. Starboard down 5 cents. IBM down $1.09. They're killing us. They're killing us with IBM. Come on. You want to go higher. You need to go higher. The Dow up 31 points. And that's what we've got right now. This is the market. That's what we have. That's what we have to tolerate. We gotta take it. We gotta take it. Oh gosh, darn it to heck. It's all relative. Everything is relative. Yeah, that's true. NTPC says, damn it, Jim, your Creston plan is genius. This is the way. open up a shop in Creston selling bagels and diet caffeine-free cola, making making bank off of Uncle Bruce. He's coming in here all the time, buying the cola, buying the bagels. Oh, we're making nothing but money off this guy. Bought 200 more shares of SoFi. Might as well average down. If they're going to give it away, you might as well steal it. Taking candy from a baby right there. Oh, the poor children. I use them from Germany, and in Denmark, it's also possible, they say. Damn it, Jim, anti-PC, laugh out loud. Thanks, Bruce. We'll be there. We'll be in there every day. We're not going away, man. You'll make a fortune. Open up a bagel shop in Creston selling caffeine-free Diet Coke to Bruce all the time. Nothing but profits. $16 on SoFi. Come on, SoFi. The high and the low. 16.21 for the high of SoFi. 15.86 the low. We've had a 35-cent range. That's it. Just a 35-cent strike. That's a 2% price range on SoFi. That's all. It's not doing anything. It's not going any lower. It stopped going down. It stopped going down. This could be it for SoFi. This might be the low. What strike and expiration for buying AMC puts would you suggest? Strike and expiration for buying AMC puts. I have no comment on that. $16 on SoFi. 176.06 on GameStop. Let's go. Oh man. Dow up 37. S&P up 9. NASDAQ up 44. Okay. Come on higher. Let's make it go higher. How about making everything go higher? Please. Let's go. Folks, that's it for me. I'm going to shut this down for now. I'm going to be back at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and we'll catch up with you then. Let's see how the market goes between now and then. I would hope that we have an up thing going here. We'll see what this market wants to bring us. We'll watch for news, breaking developments. But join me later at 3 o'clock Eastern as we finish the last hour of the day today and the first hour of the aftermarket. If you want to get into those classes, send me an email right away so I can deal with these emails between this break, and I can get you your invites into the class so that we can limit we'll know later today, tomorrow, what our limits are going to be as we shut everything down. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you guys. I'll see you this afternoon at 3. Thank you, John, for being here. I'm glad you've popped in, and we'll catch up with you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And thank you for the thumbs ups in the meantime. We now have 542, and they're still coming. Oh my, you guys are great. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Keep those coming in for me. And we'll catch you at 3 this afternoon. Thank you. Take care. Bruce, a quick game for you. You said long-term that SoFi might go to 400. Give me a month and a year. What do you think it'll hit? If in a month, I'll buy you a Tesla with my profits. I have no idea. No idea. I'll just get my own Tesla. It's all right. I'll just get my own Tesla, and then we'll compare Teslas. It's all good. Have a good one, everybody. IBM sucks. Gotta slip that one in there. I'm joking. Okay, guys. See you later. Bye for now.